Okay, Sarah.
Yes.
Would you get ready? Like this, like this. All right, here we go. Okay, everyone, good afternoon. It's been a long time since our live cast. It was last September, everyone. This is Katz from YokosoNews, YokosoNews.com. YokosoNews is the online website to introduce Japanese culture in English so that you can understand Japan more. Please like us at YokosoNews on Facebook, or please follow us at YokosoNews on Twitter. Our next, just for the first announcement, our next live cast will be probably beginning or the end of the March or beginning of April. We do Ohanami.
Fantastic.
Cherry blossom scene with great sake, everyone.
Awesome.
So everyone, this is Katz from YokosoNews, and we have Achim.
How's it going, everyone? Achim from runmagazine.com and YokosoNews, of course.
Yep. Then Sarah.
Hello. I'm with YokosoNews, so...
Yes, Sarah, we are live from Komaki, Aichi, Japan. Today is the March 11.
Yeah. The 1 year anniversary.
Yes, it has been.
Time flies by so fast.
Yes.
Last year around this time, I remember nobody was, well, at this time, people were just living their normal lives.
Yeah.
And then, well, we all know what happened.
Yeah. So today, I could talk about facts and everything.
Yeah.
But instead, because you get all the fact on the website, you know, CNN, Al Jazeera, NPR doing the great coverage.
Yeah.
Including controversial coverage to, you know, new fact. So we don't really have so tune into those Al Jazeera, CNN, NPR for great coverage that they do. Instead, I just wanna talk about, you know, what has happened on the personal level. Since Achim, you live in Nagoya.
Yes.
And Sarah, you live in the Komaki, Japan. So and you got married to a wonderful husband, and then this is your first year in Japan. So we'll
not my first year.
Oh,
but...
second year. Yeah, second year. But so we'll talk about, you know, what happened those years. So say hello to everyone. Little Ragola, Nethead, Goebel, Genetic Fruitcake, Marburg, Risa,
still in here with us.
Yeah, Liana.
Hello.
Hello, Kitchen Canary.
Hello.
Just a Cap.
Okay.
And
hello everybody. Say hello to everybody.
Yes.
Holy Noel.
I'll just say hello to everyone.
Yeah. So I just want to say hello. I just want to make sure that I say hello to everyone. So it's been a quite journey. So Achim.
Yes.
What were you doing before March 11?
Well, you mean on the day?
Yeah. No, before March 11, what were you doing?
Before March 11, I was just
And what has changed in the March 11?
You know, I was just living, I guess, a normal life, or what can be expected normal in Japan for someone who's not Japanese, and working hard, trying to promote, you know, the magazine, trying to promote my business of photography, and then not really thinking about any earthquakes. I mean, they do happen here, but I wasn't too worried, to be honest with you. It's because I've been through a couple of earthquakes already, nothing too major though. And yeah, then March 11th happened and all that changed. I mean, at that moment when, even though we were in Nagoya and it wasn't that strong here, but it kind of still makes you realize that how serious the situation is. And this was the strongest earthquake, even in Nagoya, that I've ever felt, because what made it so different from the other ones was the length of time.
Yeah.
It shook for literally 5 or 6 minutes.
Yes, it did. Yeah. I was working in my office, trying to set up the website for the film festival. Then start shake. In my area, it didn't shake that much, but shake was super long. Yeah. So I felt weird. Yeah. Then I feel that I needed to turn on the TV, and then here it goes. 6 minutes after the earthquake it was, because earthquake travel slowly. I mean, slower than light, of speed of the light. So it arrived my area for like 2:50, and then turned on the TV, and then here it was. Yeah. So
I remember that day I was working on some pictures in my apartment, and I felt a slight shaking. At first I wasn't sure if it was an earthquake or it was just a big truck passing by outside. But I looked up to my ceiling, and I have one of these lights on the ceiling with one of those strings, wires, and I saw that the wire was shaking. It's like, okay, it's an earthquake. And at that moment you have two choices. You can, if you've been in Japan for a long time, you probably just wait it out, or the other choice is to run. There's always a fight or flight response inside, and I remember that. I will never forget that feeling, because the shaking, although it wasn't strong, it was very kind of a gentle swaying from side to side. Yeah. But it didn't stop, and I realized at that moment that, wow, this is big. This is not like the usual little earthquakes. And I remember the first time in my life in Japan, at least, when I actually ran outside, and I was just sitting there, with no shirt on, typing away on my computer, and it was, the beginning of March, it was still cold outside. I was running outside, and I remember all these people outside in the street looking at me like, what is this crazy guy doing? And I didn't realize how strong it was at that point, and then when I came back, I looked on the internet. I don't have a TV, but I looked on the internet, and I realized that it was the biggest one to have ever hit Japan. Yep, it was. Yeah. So what changes after? What has changed afterwards in your life? What has changed? It's just made me more aware of what's really possible, especially here in Japan. That it's. I love living in Japan, I love being in Japan, but it's made me realize that these natural events, natural disasters can happen. But most of all, it's made me realize the goodness in people. Because after the earthquake, we helped organize many fundraisers and relief efforts, and just seeing how well the community came together afterwards, and how many people really wanted to help. And I mean, that was, just despite the tragedy, but that was a really good feeling to know that there are people out there who want to make a difference and who are really willing to help Japanese and non-Japanese alike. Yeah. So it was quite life-changing, I can say. Yeah. How about you, Sarah?
Well, when everything happened, I was in a car with my husband. He had some vacation time, and we were going to go travel around part of Japan together by car. And we were on our way home from grocery shopping, and we heard news about the earthquake over the radio. And I didn't understand anything at the time, but my husband says, oh, apparently there was a really big earthquake up north. And I was like, oh, okay. We get home, we turn on the TV, and we start seeing the tsunami images. And I remember just being in shock and very scared, because I have a lot of friends in that area, and I didn't know where they were and if they were still in the area or how bad things were going to be. And so I was scared, and I sat on my sofa over here just thinking to myself, who I need to contact and how am I going to do it.
Yeah.
I didn't know how at first, so I tried to call and it was not useless. It was useless and I could not get through, and that's when I learned that it just wasn't, you shouldn't do it at all using phones during that time. It was my first earthquake, so I didn't understand anything at all. And so I used text messages and Facebook, but it took almost 2 weeks to find out where all of my friends were, and that was scary for me. I never felt so scared in my life that I didn't know where people were. But Komaki didn't feel the earthquake so hard, maybe because I'm on the first floor. I've heard that earthquakes shake bigger on the top level of a house.
Yeah. So, I was on the 8th floor of my building, and yeah, it was quite strong, even for, it was a 5.6 I think in Nagoya.
It was my first time feeling an earthquake. It was not big, but it was still, I could still feel it. My husband couldn't feel it because he's used to it. He's lived here his whole life, so he was a child when the Kobe earthquake happened, and he felt that one too. Yeah. And he was sick in bed as a child at on that day, but it was the experience for me was new, scary. I learned a lot, especially because of working with YokosoNews. I learned a lot about earthquakes and tsunamis and even the nuclear crisis. I learned a lot of what I should do in the case that something happens here. And I'm prepared for that now. I've got things prepared in my house for such an event. May it happen, should it happen in this area. And I felt that even if I came to Japan, any earthquake I felt would be small and not noticeable. And I was wrong. I mean, it doesn't matter. It can happen anytime. Just because it happened a long time ago in Kobe doesn't mean it won't happen again like it did March 11th. And that doesn't mean it won't happen again anytime in the future. So I felt I'm very stupid about this. I should have learned about it.
You gotta be prepared.
And it took such a big thing to make me think about it. And because of working with YokosoNews and studying everything, I've learned how to become better prepared for such an event. There's still things in my house that do need to be prepared, such as shelves and stuff and bookcases. I still have to prepare those. But I have set things in my house to where they will not fall on me, and I've set things in my house to where I can get to them easily in the case that I need to run. And I have set things in my house to where I can come back for supplies if I can get inside as well. But I've learned a lot, and because of March 11th, I will never forget it. I will never forget it.
I think a lot of people realize that day. I'm quite involved with the foreign community in Nagoya, and a lot of people in Nagoya mentioned this kind of the same thing. They didn't think about having supplies in your house for an emergency. They didn't really care about it until March 11th last year. And now it's changed so much that everybody realized you do need to have at least an emergency kit and some canned foods or something available just in case something like this happens.
And make sure the foods that you keep will last a while, and if they don't, you should use them and then replace them every time. And that's one thing I did learn is I thought, there's not for sure that an earthquake is going to come. When can I ever know? You can't know. So you just buy the stuff anyway. Make sure you take note of the expiration date. Use it and replace it. Just use it and replace it constantly, and that's the best way to do it. I think.
Absolutely.
Let me read through. We have a lots of social timeline comment which I've been reading through. The many. Hello everyone, and genetic fruitcake. Hi Katz, Achim. Yes Sarah, I'm still here, still going strong. Sakura Uz, hello Katz-san, Japan is in my heart today. Thank you Sakura Uz. And Nethead. Excuse me, the following season. Alison Fishcam, hi Katz, can't believe it's already been a year since the coverage. And then Liana, yes, it's been a year on this date, March 11, when I first listened to Katz for Earthquake Update. Little Fragola, thanks for welcome everyone. Just wanted to share the day with these concerned. Marburg, I will never forget March 11 so much, devastation and loss of life. Just the cap lost video, then yes, the video is still here, confirmed on the other social timeline. Marburg, yes. And then Liz Matt, and Genetic Fruitcake. Lady Nokomiya, can't believe it's been a year already. The up in Goebu. I felt the same way, Sarah. I have friends in Sendai. So that's up in Goebu in Portland.
Hi, Zen.
And then lots of comments.
Yeah.
Lots of comments. So I can't read them through today, but I am reading all you guys comment.
We're keeping an eye on it.
Yes. So everyone, this is Katz from YokosoNews again. We are live from Komaki, Aichi, Japan. It is 2:16 p.m. on March 11, 2012, Japan Standard Time, which is about 30 minutes, exactly in 30 minutes to the first anniversary of the March 11th earthquake. YokosoNews is usually the online website to introduce Japanese culture. Like, for example, this April, and our next live cast will be Ohanami, the cherry blossom sightseeing. We have not confirmed the date yet because it really depends on how cherry blossom is going to be. So whether but maybe end of the March or first weekend of the April, we might do the next live cast.
Yeah, the cherry blossom report is a guess between the end of March to the first or second week of April.
But today I thought I'm going to Tohoku. I thought I was gonna go to Tohoku to have this date today, but instead, because many major media is already covering today's event, so people see it on TV. So I think I want to go back to the beginning. I wanted to go back to the basic. So I wanted to spend time with people who we have done the emergency broadcast together last year. So YokosoNews is not only the travel website, but I was aware of emergency in case of the emergency. Japan is the natural disaster country like any other country, and in the case, because we are encouraging tourists to come over to Japan or encouraging people to come live, study, or work in Japan, it is also important to let people know about in case of the disaster. We need to make sure that people who we encourage to come can survive in case of the disaster and everything. So I was planning to do this kind of the disaster update. And in addition to Tohoku, North Japan, we also have a upcoming people forecast. There might be some big one in Tokyo, there might be some big one in our area. So I wanted to I kind of wanted to go back to the basic. Well, I could go to North Japan, I could cheer people up, which I'm planning to do next. I'm planning to do up for the next next month, or upcoming months. Hopefully hopefully it's all about
we'll see.
Some I need some capital and stuff. But today, so instead of going to North Japan, I decided to ask Sarah to come to her house and ask Achim and Secret Ninja Paul.
He's going to be here soon, by the way.
Oh, cool.
All right.
So he'll be here at about maybe 3.
Okay.
Possibly.
At 3 o'clock?
Yeah, he said he'll text me and I'll go to the door because he doesn't want to ring the bell. Even though I told him it was fine.
Okay.
All right.
So that's why yes, we could talk. We could be. We will have a moment of silence at 2:46. But instead of just being sad, I just wanted to talk about the future too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hello, Annette. I see Annette coming in from Sweden. Luz, what's up?
Marburg, thank you very much.
Day after day, the night after night, non-stop Katz till hour of the night.
Very nice.
Marburg, thank you, Katz. Really kept up all informed back then when no news was getting out. Liz Matt. Yes, it is bird in the background. Yes.
It's my lovebird. Sorry, she's quite noisy.
Sorry guys. Kelly, hello from California. Hello to California. Shout out to California. And then Subgeta. I remember when Katz stood up and streamed 3 days after the disaster. Yeah.
This guy is one of the hardest working guys on the internet news.
You didn't
from
sleep
Japan.
for a couple of weeks.
No, I did.
Well, not much. You barely slept. Sometimes you were just on the camera. I mean, you were going on about having to do number 1s and 2s and everything. Everybody was yelling at you about it.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Lord.
then we did some curry porn.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Shortly after May, in May, we did the curry contest.
Yep, we did.
Yeah.
We're going to do another one of those. It's been too long.
Yes,
It's
I
too
know.
long.
We have to do it. We have to.
Our 1 year anniversary for May, the curry contest. We'll do another one
Yeah.
somehow.
So everyone, today is the March 11th Memorial. I've been live casting weekly since I used to live cast a week non-stop, almost non-stop, and then it was a daily for a couple hours a day until the April 11th, and then I turned back to weekly update. Then I started getting the feeling that there's no more
trench coat. The trench coat guys. The trench coat. The trenchy. We called them the trenchies. We were calling them the trenchies.
Well, I just translated you guys with the Japanese phenomenon.
That was so funny,
he was famous in the Japanese.
Yes, the trenchies were very famous.
Fortune and stuff.
There were several of them, and they were just.
Hey Tracy, what's up? So I just wanna encourage all of you to write down the comment of the social timeline of
yes, she's right. Liz Maddie is correct. You did repeat yourself a lot when you were tired. You repeated yourself so much, sometimes 4 times in a row. I'm like, Katz, stop. You said it 4 times already.
Yeah. Sakura, I want some more JCBP curry for the win. Well, but today I just wanted to instead you can go to all the other media, NHK World is providing the great coverage, NPR, BBC, all Al Jazeera, they are doing all great controversial stuff, so let's start a little bit talking about nuclear disaster. So. After all, it was a meltdown.
Yes.
But do you guys remember what I said?
No.
No. What did you say?
Don't trust.
Don't trust.
Don't trust.
Trust. No, don't trust. Trust Japanese government as much as you trust your own government.
But
trust the media as much as you trust your own media. You trust the independent media as much as you trust.
It was very controversial.
Yeah. It was very because that day I remember on March 11th last year, we had set up a fundraiser for the Christchurch earthquake. And
New Zealand,
in New Zealand, right?
Ram Magazine, Achim from Ram Magazine, and then Ram Magazine was in Nagoya's premiere.
Number one English magazine.
But
in
anyway, on the March 11th in last year, you were organizing the fundraise party.
Right, and we had set the date for March 11th, which is irony, I guess. Very ironic.
The timeline is very interesting right now.
And I remember, so we were trying to set up, and that morning when it happened, we debated, should we have it, should we not have it, should we cancel it, and then we kind of turned it into a memorial for March 11th. And right before the event was starting, my phone was ringing off the hook because people from all over the world, my friends and family, they were all calling me and they were all pretty much telling me the same things. Like, hey, did you hear about the meltdown? And there's an earthquake, are you okay? And
my family messaged me every day, you need to leave, you need to leave.
Yes,
I'm like, I'm
same.
not
Same.
close. So the best way I could tell my family is, I said to them, did you run away from South Carolina when the 3 Mile Island incident happened when you were kids, Mom and Dad? And they both said, no. I said, we're about the same amount of distance from each other as the same amount of distance in Japan as we were from you guys to the 3 Mile Island incident. So there's nothing to worry about for me, at least.
Yeah.
Just worry about the people over there and stop worrying about me. I'm okay.
Yeah.
But it was a daily thing. My family was very upset. My friends were upset.
And it is a very scary feeling because, I mean, radiation is not something you can see.
Yeah.
And
20 minutes, by the way, to the 246.
Yeah. And when the reports started coming in about the, at that time they didn't call it a meltdown yet, but media overseas was already calling it a meltdown.
Yeah.
And
which it
was absolutely. And it's a very, I don't know how to describe the feeling. It's a very strange feeling of uncertainty. Like you're always thinking, how bad is it going to get in Nagoya? Is it better to leave or is it better to stay? And you want to stay and you want to support your friends, and then all your family back home, they're telling you to get out now, get out while you can, and it's kind of you kind of feel torn.
A lot of people in Nagoya did leave, though.
Yes, they did.
Some of my husband's coworkers left, but some of them couldn't leave. They were going to leave, and then they went to get their passports, and they saw their passports had expired. They're like, we can't leave. Better check up on your passports wherever you live, man. In the event that you do need to leave, you really should keep that in mind. If you're living in another country and something happens and you have to leave, keep track of your passport and the expiration date. That's for sure.
Very important.
Yeah. So, Sarah, what changed you over the course of the year by living in Japan and going? You are the, I'm not going to blame and to the people who left Japan because and then they made the right choice, and then
they were thinking about themselves, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Maybe media is not, or Japanese government may not know that radiation level in our area is high either, so we might get the cancer in 10-20 years. We might die in the old thyroid cancer or something in 10-20 years, so we don't know. So we only know in 10-20 years. So but especially the people in Tokyo as well. Some people think that Tokyo is still dangerous because of the radiation. Some people still believe in that Japanese government is hiding. NHK or many major news media is hiding the information from us. So of course nobody knows what's the right decision or what's wrong decision. So it is, nothing is wrong answer. I think everything is the right answer. You could leave Japan. You could choose not to come to Japan. You could choose not to go to the desert. You could not to go to the ocean on the cruise ship. You could choose not to take an airplane. So every decision that you make in your life has some consequences, but sometimes it has the good outcome. I don't know. So what are the reaction to these 1 year, what you learned, and what's the decision you made that you're gonna stay here? Was it right?
I don't regret making my decision to stay here. Life goes on. I mean, I can't just throw away my house. I can't throw away my husband. I can't throw away my friends and family here. It's I can't be selfish. I guess I learned how to be a little stronger. Though I'm still quite weak. I cry sometimes.
Everybody is.
I'm not scared of any of the radiation or anything. In my personal belief. I mean,
but you should be scared though. In my opinion.
I'm not that close to Fukushima, so I'm not that
but I'm
scared,
talking about we should be aware of the radiation.
Yes, I'm not saying that, but I'm not scared living in Komaki.
Yeah,
I'm not scared. I would be scared to go to around Fukushima.
But
I thought,
you know, there's a nuclear power plant in the Fukui prefecture, right?
Yes.
Which is the like I think 50 miles radius range. So if they blew up, it could come down to us.
In my opinion, you can't live life being scared. I mean, what's the point? You won't live if you live life being scared.
Exactly. That's not living. That's reacting.
I take every day as I should. I live it normally. I don't. I go to work. I see my husband, I play with my bird, I talk to my family and friends, I watch TV, I play video games, I just do everything like I always have, normal life. I can't just sit here and board up my windows and wear a mask and a hazmat suit and sit there rock back and forth in a chair going, I'm going to die one day.
No.
So if I get cancer, if a nuclear plant explodes, if an earthquake happens, if anything happens, I'll make the decision of what's best in my life the moment it happens. But I'm not going to be scared and wait for it to happen. If it happens, it happens.
Well, exactly. I mean, if you're scared, if you're always living your life being scared, then you miss out on so many great opportunities and so many great realizations about life as well.
Exactly.
So.
Liz, back then you three were the strongest, most honest people on the internet during that time.
Only on camera.
Well, but you know, I mean, I kind of remember that I kind of kept saying that. Katz, don't you trust you know, people kept asking me that if I trust the Japanese government, you know, and then remember remember my reaction was,
what was your reaction? It's been a year, so there's so many things that happened since then.
Okay. I just told them that I think, you know, I thought that Japanese government didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah,
and it was true.
Yeah.
And
I mean, certainly.
Japanese
they weren't as well prepared as they thought they were.
They thought they were prepared, but they didn't think that nuclear disaster and the earthquake and tsunami happen all at the same time.
Yeah, you can't prepare for that really, but you can prepare for each situation. And the problem is
Hello everyone, this is Katz from YokosoNews, YokosoNews.com. YokosoNews is the online website to introduce Japanese culture in English so that you can understand Japan more. Please don't forget to like us at YokosoNews on Facebook, or please follow us at YokosoNews on Twitter. We are usually broadcast Japanese culture information, fun stuff, but today is the March 11th, the 1-year anniversary of the East Japan Great Disaster. So Sarah and Achim from Run Magazine is joining us.
I'm not from Run Magazine.
Yeah, but I know. But
not yet.
The way you worded it said I was not yet.
Not yet.
You offering me a job?
Today I just wanted to... I thought that I was going to North Japan to cover stuff, but all the major media, including the foreign press, are already going up north. So I don't think I need to go there. But maybe tomorrow, after all the media coverage stuff, because people in North are still having a hard time, and I really love to continue doing the work. So everyone, thank you very much.
Genetic fruitcake, yeah, thank you.
You make remarkable pictures. Okay.
Fruitcake, you just bring in all the laughs.
So it is 2:36 p.m. on March 11th, 2012. Right now, live from Komaki, Aichi, Japan, at Sarah's beautiful house.
Thank you.
That you hear lovebird humming in the background, but sorry, sometimes.
Popping.
So sorry for the stream, the cut off. I just 10 minutes to what's popping?
It's my plastic bottle.
Okay, it's okay. It's 10 minutes till the 10 minutes until the stuff. 10 minutes until the first year anniversary of the East Japan Great Disaster. the earthquake and
Yes,
Fukushima
Katz is wearing
nuclear
his new
power
kimono,
plant.
everybody.
He is.
Somebody asked if that's
Yes, I'm wearing new kimono that I bought. I posted on the Facebook page. I think I need to renew it on the social Twitter as well.
You just want to show yourself off to everybody, huh?
Well, because I'm Japanese, you know. Because I speak. No, if I need, you know, today. Remember when we were out in the shopping at the supermarket? The lady said, "Are you guys all like non-Japanese?"
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, she's asking
me.
if we could speak Japanese.
Because I was speaking English, she didn't think that I was Japanese. I had to say, yes, I
Because you weren't wearing your kimono.
No, I wasn't wearing kimono.
Of course, we just have to think mostly of your ego. That joke you pulled on the car earlier. I said it was hot in the car, and you said it was because of you. You've been making those jokes since we started the earthquake and tsunami live cast. You've been making those types of jokes, and I always call you out on them. Everybody's thought, what, you don't think he's sexy, Katz? It's like, don't think Kat's sexy? I was like, that's not the issue. I'm just pinning his ego down. It's my job.
Just to cap, earlier today there was a concert in Tokyo. Anyone hear about it? There's a a lot concert.
Tonight on TV they'll be.
Alright everyone, we are back again. 6 minutes till the Memorial, the first year anniversary of, I think everybody's doing the live cast.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah, I think everybody's watching the live cast.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Everybody should watch ours is cooler.
Nice.
No, I think everybody is doing the Ustream right now to celebrate the first year anniversary.
Well, then they need to get off because we're cooler.
Yeah.
We've got a bird.
No, I think it's not the people who's watching the Ustream, but I think it's the people who keeps doing it.
Don't make his ego any higher. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone, sorry. I think we might have to do the moment of silence while we are off the stream. Yes, I did start my recording, Liz. Thank you.
Oh,
Sakura
my friend is in here. Hey, Beatus. Diabetes.
Oh, okay.
His name's Daniel Beatty, but we call him Beatus.
Yeah. So everyone,
gets a shout out.
this is Katz from YokosoNews with Achim from Run Magazine and Sarah from YokosoNews doing the live cast from Komaki, Aichi, Japan. I'm having the stream problem because everybody seems to be doing the Ustream and everybody seems to tune in to the Ustream. So server is a little bit clogging. We were gonna do 4 minutes. 4 minutes till the moment of the silence that I wanted to share the moment with you. I thought that I was gonna go to North Japan to do the moment of the silence, but instead of going to the North, because I think I want to go back to the beginning, the basic, where we came from. That I wanted to help non-Japanese speaking people in Japan to get them informed what's in case of the disaster. So that's you know, so that's why I kind of wanted to spend time with you, Achim and Sarah. Sorry,
Thanks for burping on air.
He's not even the one drinking.
It's because he's got a soda.
Yeah.
Soda brings on the burps.
So
we're the only ones being healthy over. He's got that soda. You got vegetable juice. I had oolong tea.
so it's the 3 minutes.
3 minutes
till the moment of the silence.
You know, last year I remember when right after the earthquake happened, I was walking through the city, Nagoya in this case, not here, Komaki. And it was the very first time, and I've been in Japan for a long time, but it was the very first time for me to see Japanese people come together so much. People were in the streets with big posters. I still have a picture somewhere of a young college club, and everybody had posters that said "Save Japan" on it, and everybody was singing songs in the streets, and they were trying to help any way they can or they could, and that was an amazing feeling. Even though it was sad that it happened, but it was an amazing feeling to see people coming together like that in Japan. And I had never seen something like that before here.
It's very rare because many people in Japan have what foreigners like to call the shogunai attitude, where some people just don't care about anybody outside of their own personal lives.
Yeah, I see.
Japanese people like to be very private, and there's nothing wrong with that, but sometimes it can cause trouble in any country, not just Japan. There are a lot of people who have the shogunai attitude.
Yeah.
But everybody's desire to help was very moving. Everybody in Japan. I'm pretty sure everybody was trying to do something to help.
Yeah.
Sending money, sending food, sending supplies, going there to help. Even the people who couldn't get off work to go help kept saying, I want to help, but I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And it was very moving. And when in America, when September 11th happened, you saw that. Saw that
1 minute.
Union, but
1 minute to the moment of silence, everyone.
But when we had a similar thing, I guess, to the flooding of Katrina, it was not
45
like that
seconds.
at all.
Yeah,
there was no uniting at all. It was
humbling in a way to be part of that as well.
Yes.
To see that. And we're coming up now on the moment of silence very soon here in how many seconds, Cass?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. So 30 seconds, a moment of silence. Please, for those of you watching, think about Japan, think about us over here, and especially think about the people up north in Tohoku area, some of whom are
15 seconds.
Some of whom are still suffering from the after effects.
10.
So in 10 seconds, in 5 seconds now probably, please think about those people.
3, 2, 1. Alright everyone, I think the stream is on and off. It sucks, but it's okay. The live
many people watching,
many people are streaming right now.
Well, I see Miss Tracy in here, she's always with us.
That's probably why. Everyone, this is Katz from YokosoNews, YokosoNews.com. YokosoNews is the online website to introduce Japanese culture in English so that you can understand Japan more. This is like fourth time to restart the live cast because the Ustream is clogging today. Right after the moment of the silence, we had to kill. Our server has shut down. Okay, you know what? I think we should do some feast.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Time to eat. I might need to heat it up though because it's been a long time.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Just give it to us.
Okay. What about you, Achim? Do you want it heated up?
A little bit. Yep.
It's cold. It's ice cold.
Okay.
Yeah, cold curry. No good.
No good. Alright, I'll heat it up in the microwave real quick.
So
yeah. So what are we watching here in the background? This is the Prime Minister.
It's quite pretty.
Yeah, it's.
So right now, what we're watching on TV here in the background is the Prime Minister. Ustream.
They are doing the ceremony. So.
Yeah, and by the way, what you heard during the moment of silence, that was the bird, and he was giving us a song of strength, as somebody mentioned.
Violette. Yes.
Yes.
She doesn't know how to shut her mouth. Sorry, everybody.
That's okay.
She never shuts her mouth unless it's dark outside.
Alright everyone, this is Katz from YokosoNews, YokosoNews.com. YokosoNews is the online website to introduce Japanese culture in English. We are live from Komaki, Aichi, Japan. This is like first time to restart the livecast because Ustream seems to be busy today. Everybody wanted to watch.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
I wonder indeed.
Yeah.
We just had a 1 year anniversary, exact 1 year of the March 11th, 2:46 p.m. Japan Standard Time on March 11th, 2012 right now.
The day that changed many people's lives.
Yes.
This is Achim's. Yours is much bigger.
Alright, well, let me see this for a second.
I got the wrong one.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I think you can bring it right in front of the camera.
Alright, I'm going to show you what we're having today on this right here.
More up, up. There you go. Closer
Okay.
to the
This
more
right
tilt to the camera.
Is
Don't let it pour
Katz's homemade curry.
You get curry on my floor.
We get curry today. This is going to be very good.
Alright everyone.
I'm not eating it though because I already ate.
So it's late lunch.
Yes.
Yes. So I think we need to
so much.
hey Joanne, New York. Hey Ozzy, Rachel.
It's hot, really hot.
Thank you.
You got it.
I got it. My curry.
Whenever you guys want alcohol.
Alright, you ready for this?
No.
Here we go. Katz's curry.
And I'm eating some rice.
Oh
right
my
here
God.
in the background.
No.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is fantastic. Oh yeah.
They're being overly dramatic. It's probably not that
Oh
good.
my god. Curry is the best food ever.
I'm pretty sure my curry's better than yours by now, Katz. I've been practicing for a year.
Oh, curry contest.
Indeed.
I feel a challenge coming on. Are you up for it?
You up for it, Katz? I don't know what the heck that is, but it's delicious.
Seriously? Seriously? This is good. I gotta say, hats off to you, man. This is great.
Thank you. Just don't sue me when you get the food poisoning.
How old is it?
Huh?
How old is the curry?
2 days, 3 days. But I heat it up every day, so it should be okay. Maggie,
refrigerate
miss
it?
you guys. Maggie, what's up?
It's okay.
I'm alright with it.
So
I have no problem eating old curry, especially if Katz made it.
I'm gonna get a bowl for these edamame. I don't know where this the little paste is.
Yeah. So let's talk
stuff.
about the future.
Let's do
go
it.
back to talk about the future because we had to stop. So sorry, folks, because of the internet problem that we are having. Ustream seems like Ustream is busy because everybody is tuning in to watch those special programs, including Yokoso News. I think we should have done it. Marburg, Katz, you're making me hungry. Okay. Oh, so good.
Oh, this is
Oh my
fantastic.
god, this curry is so good.
Sakura, there's no doubt that curry is always so good, but this is Katz's homemade curry.
I'm gonna tell you, there's curry and then there's Katz's curry.
He lost the contest last year, though. Let's remind people of that. He lost to Misa. Who did you vote for last year, Misa? Yeah, she's a lady. Of course you voted.
Was there any question about that?
Okay, sorry. So
Sorry.
Sorry.
You were having too much curry porn over there.
So we were talking about the future of what's going on. So what can you Sammy's super polite. No, they're making the jealous worse. Katz up and goable. Katz, don't make me go make curry right now. I think yeah, go ahead. Marburg. Now I'm going to have to make my mom.
Everybody wants to cook curry now.
There you go. You started a curry revolution.
Okay. Lisa remembers the loss. And Liana is going to cook curry. Thank you. The official Katz, oh my god, counter is at 7 right now. Yeah. Because I need to concentrate on this live cast because it's not curry show right now.
You guys can't hear his S word counter.
Yeah.
Every time the stream goes down.
Just a cap. This is the Tonight Show anniversary. I want to see Trench Coat Paul in the park. He's coming. He should be coming at any moment, right?
Who knows?
Right?
Secret Ninja Paul.
He should be here any minute now.
Good too.
It's almost 3 o'clock, so.
So, you can.
I have a message. She might be here.
Achim,
Yeah.
So what did you learn, and then what's from it, and what's your plan for the future in Japan?
You know, I travel a lot to begin with because of photography, but I'm never sorry to come back to Japan anytime. I love Japan. I love living or being here with good people like you. And what I learned from this whole situation is that, I don't know, it's when something bad happens, it brings people together. And I've made so many good friends, I've made so many good connections because of last year, because of I came out of my shell a little bit and I started volunteering, I started helping out wherever I could. And because of that, I made many great connections. And I started realizing that there are always going to be people who need your help, and if you're willing to just kind of get out of your comfort zone and meet them halfway, you can have an amazing experience.
Yeah.
And that's what I learned from last year. So
Little Fragla said, Emperor is making a speech right now at the Memorial. Yes, actually, you can watch that on the Ustream live right now, but no English translation. So
yes. As far as the future is concerned, I mean, tomorrow is a mystery, so I can't predict the future. I can't predict what's going to happen, but I can tell you one thing, that no matter what happens, I will always love Japan. I will always love being here with good people. So.
How about you, Sarah?
And I will always love curry.
Well, as long as I'm married, I'll be here, but I love Japan just as much as anybody else that lives here. Of course, there are some Japan haters living here, but that's because they've had their bad experiences. But almost all of my experiences here have been absolutely magnificent, and I don't regret ever moving here. I miss my family and my friends, and I can always go back and see them whenever I can. But I love it here. I mean, it's different. I've spent 20-something years of my life in one place, and
cool. The Emperor's speech showing on the CNN too. Cool.
Oh, cool.
All right.
But I mean, yeah, I decided I needed to change my life a bit, go somewhere new, and I came to Japan. I got married, and maybe in the next year or so, I'm starting a family, and and hopefully around October, or maybe even a little early, I haven't completely decided just yet. I'll have my wedding ceremony finally, which has been delayed for over a year.
And it's going to be live cast on your
Yes,
probably.
I would hope so.
Probably.
And with photographer Achim, we'll pay you.
We got to talk business.
I'll pay you, don't worry. But my life here has been pretty good. I mean, it has its ups and downs, and there's the frustrations of language barrier, but I'm slowly breaking through that barrier. There's the frustrations of being a foreigner, of course, but it's not that bad that it controls my life. I mean, you can't let something control your life. You shouldn't let something control your life to the point of hating where you live. You should never hate where you live unless it's just that bad. But Japan isn't bad at all. It's a wonderful place to live. The people, once you get to know them and they get to know you, they're very warm.
Yeah.
I mean, I think every country is great country. Every country has good and bad.
There's always ups and downs no matter where you go.
And then you happen to, all goods happen to fit you, the country. So some people don't like to live in Japan. That's understandable. As much as some people don't want to live in, for example, in the US or other other countries. So so just
Tracy,
we'll see.
Make sure you don't throw too much rice at your monitor. You might damage it.
I think one of the most surprising things to come out of this was that I've noticed was that a lot of Japanese people started saying something. They started, like before, usually in Japan, people don't complain so much.
Yeah.
And let me put this over here. Is this okay?
That's fine.
Yeah. So usually in Japan, people don't complain so much, and they don't really speak out against the government, or they don't really, say anything bad, so to speak. But because of March 11th, there were a lot of people who voiced concerns about what had happened, about the way that people are being treated sometimes, and about the efforts to clean up Tohoku area. And that's what was really surprising, is that even that community started to come together because of what happened.
Yeah. Sarah's wedding live, just as popular as my other live wedding. Up in Goebo.
There you go.
Yeah, the live factor is mostly for family and friends, but anybody's welcome to come.
Liz, what was
and you
that?
don't
30
have to
seconds?
send any gifts
Anyway.
either. I don't mind.
Tracy, I throw rice at the monitor for your wedding.
Alright.
Or birdseed,
Alright,
she said. If you throw birdseed, I'll have to bring my bird so she can eat it.
Can you? So the people on the social timeline, can you share with us what has changed and what you learned, and give me a comment of the first anniversary, please. So what's? Let me try to call.
Are you trying to call now?
Paul should be here in a minute now.
Brian.
They're supposed to message me, but I don't know. I also have acerola juice if you guys want any at any point.
I'm good.
It's not as strong as the stuff you buy at the store though. Like the acerola refresh. It's only, that's like 10% acerola juice. This one's only 2%. So deal with it.
Is he gonna join us?
And alcohol at any moment anybody wants it, let me know.
Alright.
Oh, definitely later.
I put the fruit ones that we bought into the fridge so they stay cold.
No,
okay.
we have now.
Hi, Katz.
Hey, Brian. We have Brian.
How's it going, Brian?
Brian on the Skype. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. So, good. So, everyone, now we have Brian. I was concerned if you're gonna be on today. So the next half of the show. No, it's okay. Don't worry, because also we have some social. Ustream is really busy today for some reason.
For some reason.
I mean, because I think many people are having the special live cast and everything.
More curry?
So, all right, let's introduce everyone. So, as we promised to do on the announcement, we have Mr. Brian Scott Peterson on Skype to introduce.
Hello, we're happy to be here.
Doing the Photohoku project. Brian, where are you right now? Brian?
We're in Ishinomaki. We're in Ishinomaki in the temporary housing called Kase.
You're live from Ishinomaki.
Yes.
Then at the temporary housing unit. Okay, so
that's right.
Can you grab? There's a small earphone earphone in the my small bag. So Brian, so everyone, this is Katz. Hold on, this is Katz from Yokoso News, YokosoNews.com. Yokoso News is the online website to introduce Japanese culture in English so that you can understand Japan more. The second half of the show, we have Mr. Brian Scott Peterson joining on Skype, who's going to talk about his project, Photohoku project, and that they're doing it, and they're live from Ishinomaki, Japan. Where is it? So Brian, so would you explain to me about what you do?
Well, Photohoku is a project to basically rebuild family photo albums for families who lost theirs in the tsunami and earthquake, and or had to evacuate because of the radiation problem. And we, our co-founder Yuko Yoshikawa and I started the project in September of last year, and we wanted to kind of model a project that Yuko manages in Tokyo called Tokyo Kids Photo, where we take family photos and we present them in a really kind of nice family package. And we thought we'd sort of recreate that project here. And at the time, around September, we were working with Fujifilm on an unrelated project, and I operate a small online camera shop, and I have a bunch of instant film cameras in it, and we sort of put two and two together, and all of a sudden we had this idea that we'd use instant cameras and instant film to come here and take photos of the families and be able to immediately present them with the photos that we've given them. And so then the idea quickly evolved into albums. We thought it was just going to be kind of picture frames and one-offs, but then we thought it would be really easy to put these collections of photos in an album. And so we filled up a car with, we contacted Fuji, and they were willing to support us graciously, and they gave us practically an unlimited supply of instant film, and we packed up a car on September 20-something of last year, and we came here without much of a plan. Ishinomaki was the first place we went, and we've been here 4 or 5 times, and we've been to Fukushima once, and a town called Onagawa. This particular trip we've been in Ishinomaki, an island called Itsushima. But anyway, we've been here about 8 times, and anyway, this night that we were leaving, it sort of dawned on us that we were going to be able to make, with instant photos, about 10 or 12 photos per family, and we would use those photos to fill the first few pages up of an album. And as we were leaving, we figured out that if we presented to them with an album, a 40-page album, and we only filled up the first 10 pages of the album, we wondered how they might be able to fill up the rest of the pages if they didn't have an album. They likely didn't have a camera either. So we considered asking our friends and family for their old cameras that they got this year's model, and last year's model is sitting collecting dust in a closet somewhere. And so we want to present those cameras to the album recipients, and so basically put their whole photographic life back together. And it's been a really positive experience, and because the first time we went, we didn't take any cameras with us, and as we were going, we thought, oh, this camera idea, we should get some cameras, and so we all the people who we gave albums to, we promised them that we'd bring albums, or we'd bring cameras back for them, or we promised a few people, and we followed through on those promises, and we did bring lots of those families' cameras back. And when we came and visited them the second time, they were so happy to see it. Yes, and we were so happy to see them, and we just made our connection with Tohoku, and the people here became deeper, and they told us, they invited us into their homes, and, people of Tohoku are probably the most hospitable people in all of Japan, at least that's what I'm finding out from this experience, and they it's just never-ending sharing and smiling, and there's this reputation, I think, about Tohoku people that they're quite shy, but maybe that's true. I haven't found that to be true, but if it is true, maybe it's only for the first 3 seconds that you meet somebody, because they just open wide up, and even though they're faced with this terrible situation, they seem to just show so much fortitude and courage, and they should be an inspiration to all of us. So we are totally inspired by them, and so happy to be here. So
yeah, okay, cool. So
today's project was a little bit different. Can I talk about today's project?
Sure. But let me repeat one more time for the viewer who just joined in. This is Katz from YokosoNews, YokosoNews.com. YokosoNews is the online website to introduce Japanese culture in English so that you can understand Japan more. We are live from Komaki, Aichi, Japan, and on Skype we have Brian Scott Peterson from Photohoku project. You can go to photohoku.org to find out more information. Brian and Yuko, his partner Yuko, are the photographer agent in Tokyo. He who has been working in this photo project to take a picture of people in Tohoku, because some of them lost the entire belonging, including the houses and the photo album, the family's memory. So the sad thing, I remember, I showed you I kind of explained sometime that family member, even they start forgetting their family's name and family's face, their own father's face. So Brian has been helping these people to bring the instant camera and take the pictures of the family so that they can start rebuilding the photo album. So today, on the March 11th anniversary, Brian was very generous enough to join this very important moment of the first year anniversary. So Brian, so you're in Ishinomaki right now. So what are you doing in Ishinomaki right now? And can you briefly explain to me what the Ishinomaki is, and what kind of damage they got there?
Ishinomaki is a port city in Miyagi Prefecture, and it was one of the most heavily devastated areas because of the tsunami. I think it's about 50 kilometers north of the Aichi power plant, and they don't, aside from like hot spots in the mountain, there's not much of a radiation problem. But not far from here is another town called Onagawa, and they're, in a way, I'm not really sure about the geography, but I think they're quite, they could be considered sister cities, or Onagawa is a kind of a smaller suburb is not the right word, but a smaller area of Ishinomaki. And so these two cities were completely devastated by the tsunami. There was 40, I think, well, I don't know how many meters, maybe 30, I heard, no wait, what was it, 10, well, anyway, 4-story tall, 4-story, 5-story tall tsunami waves came and wiped out everything, including entire buildings and hospitals, and knocked over, I mean, some of the scenes of the most devastated things that you've seen on TV, these are, lots of them are from Ishinomaki, and Ishinomaki also happens to be one of the locations of a temporary housing unit that houses, I think, maybe the most families in all of Tohoku. And so this particular temporary housing complex is quite big, and there are I think over 1,000 families that live here, and we just come here and sort of meander around the area and find families to take photos of, and present them photos with the instant photos that we've been generously given by Fujifilm. And this particular trip, because it's the 1-year anniversary, we thought it might be somewhat insensitive to go around and ask people to, you know, smile for a photograph, all things considered. So we decided to reserve inside the temporary housing complex, every 30 units or so, or maybe every 100 units, there's a community center of sorts. And so we reserved one of these places and set up a printing booth and a 3D stereo camera workshop, and also a little portrait studio. And so and we contacted all the people who have already been recipients of our albums or our cameras, and we've invited them to bring their albums, bring the data from the cameras that we've given them and the photos that they've taken, and we've printed those photos on an inkjet printer that we brought. We've taken new photos with the Polaroid photos, the instant film cameras that we brought, and we also were lent a very special instant homemade 3D camera. And so this camera takes 2 photos at the same time, and when you put the photos side by side and you use a special viewer, you can see a 3D image. And so we made a simple craft where lots of kids got to come and make a special viewer, almost like a pair of glasses that they can look at 2 photos of their family, and they become 3D. And we added those 3D photos to their albums and gave them the 3D viewer and put it in the album. Took some more family photos of them, and we thought, considering today was going to be the 1-year anniversary, and we didn't expect to see that many people, but from dawn till dusk, there's been kids running around here like crazy. There's been a constant flow of people who wanted their photo taken, and we're so happy that
you look tired, Brian.
I feel tired. Well, actually, let me back up, because actually we've been here today and yesterday, and we're getting ready to go back to Tokyo soon. But on Friday, we were also invited to a small island called Izushima for a graduation ceremony, and there was 2 students, 2 middle school, junior high school students that were graduating from I can't remember the name of the school, but
middle school.
Yeah, middle school on the island of Izushima.
Okay.
And we went there and we attended their graduation ceremony, and just 2 students. In the entire school there was only 20 students and from kindergarten until high school, and so just these 2 students were graduating, and I think they're it might even be the first students to graduate in Tohoku since the earthquake happened. So we were very honored to go there and very happy to get to make a graduation ceremony photo album for them, and to be included in their very private and special occasion. So
Brian, let me go back up. I kind of already explained a little bit too, but why did you start this project again? Can you rephrase that one more time?
Well, I think like everybody here, we all wanted to do something after the earthquake happened, but like for somebody like me or maybe Yuko, we never really had any volunteering experience, or never had, we just didn't, we just felt kind of helpless, like we didn't know what to do. And so we involved ourselves in a couple of projects, and we made some money, raised some money by a family photo project and a photo auction and a photo book. But we just felt like sending money up here was not the most effective way to help people. So Yuko had half of the idea, and then I had the other. We just kind of bounced some ideas off each other. We had been working together for a year, and she suggested that we go up here, and I was happy to join. And so it just started kind of like a very small, simple idea that we didn't really. We just sort of thought about it one afternoon, and then next thing you know, we've been here 8 times.
I see.
So yeah, just wanting to, I mean, the thing is that, like you said just a second ago, about how people are forgetting, even their own family's faces because the albums are going. I mean, we are photographers, and we understand the power of photography, and we also grew up with, our houses being maybe a little bit different than Japanese house, but we grew up with photos everywhere. And Japanese photos are usually, of course, Japanese are quite notorious and famous for taking lots of photos. That's kind of a stereotype about Japan, which is another reason we're excited to do it, because everybody's so happy to have their photographic life back. But anyway, the point I was trying to say is that the photos are a really important way to connect us to our past, and also in this situation, it's an important part of looking forward to the future. So when we give photos to people, sometimes they are reminded of the photo albums that they used to have, and they can recall, maybe a specific photo of the grandfather in a specific album that was washed away. So in that sense, it actually, it helps them not forget those, where they came from and their family, and I think that our project could be, repeated or modeled kind of anywhere in the world, because if a son or daughter, if a man or a woman, they have a child, and that child, maybe only has a short time to know his grandparents or his great-grandparents, and if his grandparents are gone and there's no photo record of them, then the only thing that they can rely on is stories and their memories, and the photo is the real way to keep us connected to our past, even if it's many, many generations. If you find out you're related to some, famous ancestor, even though it might be however many generations apart, you still feel some connection to that person, because maybe it's just a sense, but we feel like it's an important part of helping people, rebuild their physical lives and also their psychological lives, and we hope that we can. Our ambition is to continue the project for at least the displaced people here are allowed, from what I understand, for the time being, they're allowed to live here for 2 years, and after those 2 years, they're allowed to extend for 1 more year. After that, nobody knows. I think nobody knows what's going to happen, but we're committed to continuing this project for at least that duration, and possibly indefinitely, because now we've met these families so many times that, I mean, we met some people today for the 3rd or 4th time, and we feel like part of their, no, we don't feel, we are. They're our friends, and we want to, we just want them to have some reason to be happy about the situation, because I think there's lots of reasons to not be happy, and this particular temporary housing complex is quite big, and there's lots of people here, and by the looks of the place on the outside, it doesn't seem that there's lots of people and kids all over the place and friends, and it seems like it's kind of a lively place. However, we've been a couple times to the more remote temporary complexes that are much, much, much smaller than this place, and much more remote and in the mountains and colder and harsher conditions, and no volunteer. Ishinomaki has lots of volunteers and lots of media coming here, and some of those places don't, because they're not as easily accessible, and Ishinomaki happens to be, and we have a special connection here because we've been here a bunch of times, and we know some people. In fact, sometimes when we come, they know us by name, or they call out to us, and even we meet people coincidentally that we know on the street. So anyway, but we certainly want to continue going to more places and further off off the radar and keep those people in the media's attention so they are not forgotten, and that they can have the resources and the opportunities that the same people that here do, even though they're probably very few. I mean, a photo album is a very small thing to be able to give to them, but they need much, much more.
Cool. We are with Brian Scott Peterson, who's the founder of Photohoku.org. Co-founder Yoshikawa Yuko. Co-founder Yuko Yoshikawa is the co-founder as well. Then two people from Tokyo is donating their time right now in Ishinomaki. Right now, live from Ishinomaki, reporting, talking to us about their wonderful project. I'm showing right now your Photohoku 3 YouTube video on the videos too. Right now, the grandmother and grandpa talking to you stuff in the background. Yeah. So Brian, why did you want to continue doing this in your extra time?
Well, one, because it needs to be done, and two, because we had a reporter who we talked to our project, who talked to us about our project, and he was he was a little intimidating at first, but he turned out to be a really gem of a guy. But he made a comment to me about having worked with lots of kind of similar scale projects, and he said that these kinds of projects often do more for the people that are doing them than they do for the actual people who receive them, and that is something that I think I personally struggle with, because our project is so fun. It's such a great. I mean, like if we had the funding, and if we had the somebody who could help us share our vision with some financial backing, and so we could come here every weekend, or even if we could maybe put a team together here that could continue this project. I mean, every person the project touches gets hooked on it. I think the people who receive the albums and the people who take the photos too, and it hardly feels like volunteering. I think this is why that there's people who are just like professional volunteers, because it feels so good to be able to do something for somebody, and I just never knew what that was. And I think the guilt of feeling good from trying, it shouldn't be about you, it should be all about them. But I don't think, as long as you're actually doing something good, and it's a positive all around experience for not only the people who receive the project, but also for the people who do it, then it ripples so far, and it just inspires other people, and other people get to hear about that they received an album, and then their brothers and sisters post it, and it ripples out all over the place. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing in fact, I don't think it's a bad thing at all that we'd love to do this, but we can't stop. I mean, it's hardly feels like volunteering at all.
Cool. Sounds good. So I actually start having the people commenting on the social timeline that, what kind of help do you need? You need the camera stuff, or?
Yeah, we need cameras. I mean, to be honest with you, Katz, we need money.
Okay.
I mean, it costs a lot to get here and back, and we are not we're not an officially established NPO, but we're looking to get that status. But and I know that people who want to share financially with us often want to know that their money's being used properly, which is why we're trying to get that status. And it's hard to ask people for money right now, and especially now because everybody's, it's just hard time to ask for money. And so, but it's not that hard to ask for cameras, and everybody seems to have a camera, and we've just been, a camera that they don't use. We need cameras with chargers. People often call us and say, I've got a camera without, a memory card. Should I send it anyway? And we say, well, then it's great, it's wonderful, please send it along, but just go the extra mile and buy a $10 memory card and stick it in there and send it with it. And some people have even taken a photo with the camera that they donated to us. They've put the memory card in the camera, and they've taken a message, like a message that they've written on paper, and they've taken a picture of the paper that says, "We're, good luck, do your best. We're thinking about you in Singapore," or, our hearts and minds are with you from Canada. And so that's really special. We think that's really great.
That's really nice.
To do things like that. So yeah, we need money. We need cameras. We also need help organizing the project. Like I told you, we don't have any experience doing this, so we're just sort of flying by the seat of our pants. And if somebody who is knowledgeable about organizing an MPO, and I kind of like the fact that we're just, it feels like we're on the street, and we're that part of the project feels like if we put in too much of the spontaneity, it wouldn't work. But I don't think that's actually true. We do need help, and it's been a labor of love so far, but we'll continue to do it even if where there's a will, there's a way. And every trip that we've been on, we've been in dire straits. Up until the moment we've said to ourselves, how are we going to do it? Should we just, and then all of a sudden, from out of the blue, this time from Russia with Love, came 40,000 yen, which, just barely covered, actually, but was super, super, super grateful for. And it made this trip possible. So to any Russians out there who are listening to this, big on Photohoku, and to all of the supporters who've given it. I mean, we got a donation this morning from, I don't even remember where it's from, but we've had support from all over the world, and we've had encouragement from everybody, from people who've lived here 20 years ago to military people who've been connected to Japan through military, and religious organizations have contacted us, and we've just and the countries include. I mean, the list is too long, but yes. We're looking for any kind of support, especially money, especially cameras. And I think you can instantly see, like, if somebody's considering sending us, funds.
Yes, we will talk about more. Then we can send the information. All the information is available at the photohoku.org too, right, Brian?
Yeah, well, we have it. We're getting a new website from some very kind soul in Asia who's going to make a new website for us, a really cool website, and that's going to be ready in a couple days. Right now, the website is kind of.
Yes, so you're going to have the new website. You're going to have a new website, and I have a comment from someone that he's going to send a couple of digital camera to you.
Oh yeah, that's something I should mention. Like, if you send a camera to Japan from overseas, it's like it can cost, I don't know, from America it's probably $20 or $30 US. But if you can get, call all your friends and families and get everybody to, get a camera, collect as many cameras as you can, and maybe $5 from everybody, and then that can lessen the cost of sending it, and also we can have a greater the ability to help more people with cameras. So encourage people in your community to help, and also save money by shipping in bulk. And I want to say, what was I going to say?
Definitely
we have a Twitter feed, we have a Twitter account, and we also have a Facebook page. And the Facebook page, just because it's the website's kind of under construction right now. The Facebook.
But you have a link to the Facebook and Twitter too, though, right?
Yeah. Facebook and Twitter, and we're trying really hard to share it. One of the things that we're trying to balance is like the one part of the project that gets overlooked is that the fact that these are one photo. This is like one photo. I mean, the photo that we take with these instant cameras, we give it to them, and that's the only one there is. It's not like we're coming home with a digital copy. Now, we also often take photos of the photos, and we ask, people that's okay, and if they're willing or not to share it, for us to share some of those photos with on our website and so on. And some people say no, but most people say yes. But we try to be sensitive about what we're taking, and so for every photo that's on the website, it seems like there's just lots, because we can't stop. But there are lots that just that we don't, out of respect and privacy, we don't post. So
yeah.
So yeah, what was my point?
No, it's okay. Let me there's someone who wants to send you the bunch of the camera together with all the charger and the memory card too. And I have.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
so touched.
So, all right, cool. So
yeah.
So you kind of already told me briefly about your future. So do you have to leave now?
Hold on a second, Katz. Just give me 1 second.
You have to go now?
Just 1 second. Aichi, what's our whatever it's title. Okay, yeah, we got time. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So is Yuko there with you? I wanna.
Yuko, do you wanna come and talk to Katz?
Yeah.
Can Yuko speak English?
Yeah, Yuko's a great English speaker.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Hello, Yuko.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you very much for talking to us on Skype. We are live from Komaki, Aichi, Japan. So would you so you are doing great work on the Photohoku project. So how you guys meet together, Brian and you?
How do I meet? I was working with another photographer who is an Australian guy, and I was working as a Togo Kids photo, which like foreign photographer takes photos of kids. But I only was working with only one photographer, but he has to go back to Australia, and I had to find another photographer to continue my business. So, and that Australian guy introduced Brian to me, and that's how we met.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
why did you? I already asked Brian too. Why did you decide to start this project?
This project, because I after March 11, I really wanted to do something for Tohoku people as Japanese, because I'm also Japanese. But I didn't know how to help, and then I involved some volunteer, but I just always felt like maybe we could do something more, and we did a charity event, and we set money, but it was just one-time event, and we're gonna forget about after the event. So I just wanted to do something more not forget about them, and maybe connect directly and do what we can do, and that was the photo. So I just came up with the idea to go up there and then take because we can take photos, and so take photos of family and just continue visiting there once a month.
Cool.
So that's why.
Nice.
That's a fantastic idea.
That's great. This is everyone. This is Katz from YokosoNews with Achim from Ram Magazine and Yuko Yoshikawa live from Ishinomaki, Japan on the March 11th, 2012, Sunday afternoon at 3:39 Japan Standard Time PM, live talking about Photohoku project. take an instant photography with the people in the devastated area of North Japan and help create the memory that they lost during the March 11 disaster. They have been doing for how long now, Yuko?
How long? It's been 6 months. Yeah, we started from September, so it's been 6 months. Yeah.
You guys put together a great video available on the YouTube as well. But what was the reaction of the people there?
The reaction of the people, most of yeah, they were very happy, and yeah, I'm like, yeah, sorry, they're very happy about it. Yeah, some people are sometimes kind of hesitate to take photos because
they're shy. Yeah.
Yeah. But like after talking to and after playing with kids, they're so they're more open and more be friendly and maybe be ready to take photos. And like once we just show them the photo, they realize, oh, that's really, you know, the photo just for me, you know. And it's not a photo for the media, or it's not a photo for like somebody else.
Yes.
So and then they understand, and they just really appreciate it, and we're just gonna start building the albums. So like they are very, you know, everybody is very happy to see the like family album and new photos, especially if you have like kids and very little kids. Yeah, the parents are very happy to have the little kids, because kids are gonna be very, you know, grow up so fast, and you'll forget about it. So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they are very happy.
Cool. So you kind of little bit mentioned why you started it, part of it, but why do you, Brian obviously wants to continue this project, and then why do you want to keep doing this project? And it's been 6 months and it seems like you guys going to do more. So why do you want to continue project, and why do you need to do? Bless you.
The first is we just want to show them that we're not forgetting about you. So that's why we want to continue visiting them, like even after 1 year. And the second is this project is the project that we can just, you know, continue forever. Like it's not you know, like a medical help. It's like more like mentally help. So like, and then we can just take any photos like any time. So like, and this project aims to build a new life and new memories. So like life just goes on. So
yeah,
we just go back there and take new photos, and maybe like even, yeah, that's why, yeah.
All right, good. Thank you very much. I know you have to leave, coming back to Tokyo, so I don't want to take it too long. Can you be with Brian, and can you call Brian? Okay, cool, Brian. So I think you guys have to leave. So I just want to say bye to. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I have one question for you guys. I gotta say, I really respect what you're doing, and it seems like a wonderful project, and I'm sure you guys have many wonderful memories. What's been the best thing for you so far?
Some moment,
Yeah. Can I talk about the old lady? Yeah, like the one thing that I really touched was we met one family her old lady and very little kids, and apparently they lost the mother of the kids. And the old lady said she has been crying like all day, every day, even it was after like 6 months passed after March 11. And Brian took photos of their family, and maybe he said some like joke to them, and all of them were like smiling on the photo.
Nice.
And then she grabbed the photo, and she saw like that everybody was smiling on the photo, and she was crying to see that. And she said like, I've been crying all day, and I've been crying every day, and I never expect that I can smile again. You know, I just, and maybe it was just, one moment, but like the photo captured the moment. And maybe she said she can, go forward. And now she knows like she can smile again. And like she really appreciated that. To know that she, she can maybe overcome the situation. And I was so happy, and I was so touched that we could help her to step forward the life.
Fantastic.
That's great.
That's awesome.
All right, cool. So thank you very much, Yuko and Brian, Peter Thompson from Photohoku project. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, thank you, Katz.
Thank you, guys.
So we'll be in touch, and I wanna hear the more updates from you guys.
Please, we'll stay in touch about it, and we hope that your audience continues to stay in touch about our project also.
All right, cool. Thank you very much.
Great.
So much for the opportunity to be on YokosoNews. We're so happy to be able to participate, and we're looking forward to talking to you again in the future.
Sure, we are too. All right, thanks a lot. We'll be in touch after the show. Thank you. Have a safe trip. Bye.
Bye.
Okie doke.
Nice. Well, I gotta say, man, that takes some dedication, and that's really wonderful what they're doing.
All right. Yeah. So
go check out their website. If you have any cameras, like he said, please donate them with the memory cards and an AC adapter or a charger. Please help out any way you can.
all right, everyone. Sorry, I wasn't really paying attention to the social timeline because I was busy talking to Brian and Yuko from Photohoku project. Everyone, this is Katz from YokosoNews, YokosoNews.com. YokosoNews is the online website to introduce Japanese culture in English so that you can understand Japan more. We are live from Aichi, Komaki, Japan. Today is March 11th, 2012, which is the first anniversary of the. It's been 1 year.
It's been 1 year, and it's been an interesting year, hasn't it, guys?
Yes. So Sarah went to pick up Paul.
Sarah went to pick up Paul right now.
And then where is he?
That's the question. Everybody's waiting for Paul right now. We don't know. We have no idea where he is right now. But they're on their way. They're going to come here soon. Has Paul been on the show before?
Yes, he has.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
They're coming right now.
There you go.
They're coming in.
Finally.
So in about 2 minutes' time, we're gonna have Paul on the show, and I guess he's been on the show before.
Yes.
Everybody
He was on the...
There they are.
Let's go to the bathroom.
Oh my god, he went to pee. Paul went to pee.
He brought my computer.
Alright.
Oh, cool.
Finally you writing my articles.
Yes, you can finally resume writing an article. You haven't written the article since...
I wrote an article for Osaka on my Tumblr and I saved it. So
okay.
I can at least post that one soon. But I may need you to teach me how to write everything on that site again. It's been so long. It's been since August since my computer.
Well, you kind of have to talk in front of the mic, in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Yes, right now.
I'm just trying to figure out where to put everything where it's not in the way.
Maggie said, Katz, how has your life changed this year?
I think I asked you the same question earlier, Kaz.
Maggie, well, before that, genetic cricket, what an ambitious endeavor. That's pretty powerful stuff. Okie dokie, and Thingy will be in vernacular tomorrow. Okay.
Cass, do you want the rest of your curry?
Yes,
Want me to heat it up again?
No. I will have it after we done the live cast.
Alright then.
So Sarah, what did you think? I mean, you had to leave to pick up Paul, but what did you think about their project? The Photohoku project.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was trying not to cry the whole time. What he's doing is something very amazing in my opinion, and I think everybody should support him with their fullest.
Yes.
And I mean, I can't even begin to understand what these people are feeling, losing everything, including pictures. Oh, wrong
it's
one.
okay, it's okay.
Wrong door.
This
Wrong.
side. Sorry,
The
Paul.
slide. Okay, Paul, grab a chair and sit.
Grab a
sit
chair and
here.
scooch over here. I'll move
next to
closer to
Sarah.
Achim over here, and there we go.
All right, Paul. Who has to go to the family stuff? I heard. You loser.
I'm sorry.
You loser.
You guys can go out together after this one.
Okay.
I would love to come with you, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen.
Okay, Paul. Please introduce yourself after you sit down, dumbass.
Hey!
No.
See you. Sorry, I'm late.
That's alright.
I am Paul, Ninja Paul. Always be late.
I thought you were gonna like sneak in through the roof or something like that.
So, Paul, you
yes.
missed the moment of silence.
I was in the bus. I checked your Twitter and Facebook, so I did.
Alright.
All by myself.
So
It's already silent on the bus anyway, so everybody was doing a moment of silence.
Yeah.
So you being famous for Secret Ninja Paul, who was doing the research in the back.
Secret research.
Yeah.
Secret research.
Secret research.
And then during Hanami, you went to pee with a microphone. That's your best moment.
Oh,
That's my history.
That's
people
your
remember you
history.
about.
Taking a wee while you got your mic on.
So what has been your year, Paul? You found a job?
Yes. After Hanami, I got a job, and I
Been busy ever since.
yeah, I'm always concentrating about my job first.
Oh.
And what?
Somebody said that you're not late. You're on Paul Standard Time. He's always early.
Yes, and I have just few chances to hang out with you guys or help. Actually, I didn't help anything, but I joined some event, art event in Nagoya.
Yeah.
So it's really first quick year, 2011 to 2012.
You went by very fast, didn't it?
Did.
It went by very fast.
Yes.
What's been the biggest change for you other than your job?
What did you say?
Other than your job,
What's the biggest
been
change?
The biggest change for you?
Change.
And what this earthquake and this event changed you?
It's strange or not proper thing to say, but I think more about myself. So I have to be strong. I have to stand by my foot first, then think about others. So
yeah, you have to be durable. You have to be strong enough yourself in order to help others too.
Yes.
You realize that you cannot just playing around too much. You need to be responsible financially so that you can start helping others.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so... Katz, have you drank Yakult before? Yes, I have many
Sakura
times.
would say it was the funniest thing when you
he's
pee with the mic
Japanese,
on. Sakura enjoyed that. quite
Sakura,
much.
that was the funniest.
What a wonderful
when
day
you
in that
pee with
park.
Yeah, which we will
Hazukashii.
which we will
guys,
do it next.
This is the very, very, very first time I've seen Paul being Hazukashi.
Really?
Usually he's drunk. No, no kidding.
It's okay, Paul.
No camera.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true too. I also start thinking about, I need to be responsible, to be able to start helping others as well.
Yeah.
Tracy, most memorable picture for me, dog on debris field on the ocean, surviving such an odd, powerful, yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
yeah.
Oh, that dog was so strong.
He was, yeah.
And they found his owner too, I think.
Yeah.
The owner saw him in the news, and luckily she was alive, and she claimed him. It was a lucky dog. Oh my God, that was a lucky dog.
Genetic fruitcake. The sun was shining, the birds
were
was singing, and
and
Paul was, well,
Yeah,
you know.
You're
Nature
famous, man. You're famous.
Paul, you forever written your name in the snow with this.
しまった。
Everyone, this is Kat from Yokoso News, YokosoNews.com. Yokoso News is the online website to introduce Japanese culture in English so that you can understand Japan more. Please like us at Yokoso News on Facebook. Please follow us at Yokoso News on Twitter. Today is the 1 year anniversary of March 11th East Japan Great Disaster. And I just wanted to, I could go to North Japan, I could go visit them and think, to report and stuff, but all the major media has already doing so, please just go watch CNN and other Japan, media. But, I wanted to go back to the basic. The reason why I wanted to start Yokoso News, and I wanted to encourage people to come to Japan to travel, live, study, work. But in order to encourage people to do so, I will be responsible in case of the disaster as well. So that's why I wanted to do this live cast, and I was doing it then I couldn't do it without help of these people sitting next to me. And I wanted to appreciate, we go out drinking after this to celebrate for the anniversary. We survived.
Next time I'll go.
Yeah. Well, but you might be able to join. But so I just wanted to, instead of talking about the fact that now over 19,000 people are confirmed dead and missing. I thought it was like 6,000 people at the time on the first day.
I think about 3,000, over 3,000 are missing still.
Yeah.
They have not been confirmed.
I'm talking about first day of the end of. I remember the end of the day last year. I was recalling the day of the Hanshin earthquake in '95. That when I was watching the TV, the numbers started growing. Then the number reached like 6,000 for the 95 earthquake. So I thought that this year's earthquake probably goes up to 6,000. And didn't think about much of the threat of the tsunami, and it turned out to be close to 20,000 casualty of this year. So I wanted to, instead of talking the fact and all the controversial report, and that the Al Jazeera, BBC, and NPR has been providing a great coverage of those as well that you should watch. But I just wanted to share with you at the different level of with people who has connection to overseas, with people, non-Japanese people who live in Japan, which is Sarah and which is Achim. And then Paul and I have a strong connection to the overseas foreign community in Japan. And then we just, for 2 hours, we share with what has changed in our life and then what's coming in the future ahead. Marburg, for me, the video of the elderly man sitting on the roof of his house in the ocean water. Marburg. Starwolf, do you guys think Japan society has become more charitable since the disaster?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
I think so.
Without a doubt, I've seen more people being charitable through this event than I've seen in the entire 6 years I lived here before that. And I think many people... Last year we did... I volunteered at the Hilton Hotel. They did a charity event where we collected donations, food, clothes, and we had so many people. It was supposed to be 1 weekend, it turned into 22 days, and there were so many people coming out, Japanese and foreigner alike, who wanted to contribute, who wanted to help. So I definitely think, and even now, people still, Japanese people as well, especially, I mean, still want to contribute somehow.
Yes, according to NHK, 70 million yen per day has been donated to the Red Cross.
Over here, the grocery store near my house, they still take donations, and the box is always half full almost every day.
They I think Japan Red Cross extended the donation period from March 31st to the September 30th, as the damage still hasn't been recovered yet, and people still need time to recover.
Yes.
So,
and I heard there's some Japanese idol. She's like a computer-generated character, blue hair.
Hatsune Miku.
That one, yeah. And she... Not she, but the character, I guess. She had concerts in Japan, and I think they donated 80% of the profits to charity.
Yes. Those, I think, who was that? The famous singer. He's Sydney
Houston?
No.
Sydney.
Sorry, Whitney. Different person, sorry.
Cindy Roper. Cindy Roper is here.
Concert on that day.
Oh, did she?
Yes.
In Fukushima.
Nice, nice.
That's something very strong of her to do, and great, because a lot of people who had concerts in Japan in general have all canceled them, and most of them have not come back since. And people are still canceling their concerts here, even now. But I think that's something great for them to still come and then donate the proceeds from it to it. It's really great.
Absolutely. It's a good thing that they're doing. It's a good thing that they're using popular media to generate interest.
Yes. 90 Bird, yes.
And it's really nice that they give these concerts, some of these concerts they're giving them, like today, some of the concerts they're going to do tonight, famous Japanese singers, they're going to allow the people of Tohoku to watch it for free. These concerts are free to them, and that's something great for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Public viewings.
90 Bird, yes, Tracy, we miss trench coat, uncut microphone, cherry blossom, and so on. By the way, 90 Bird, 90 Bird, cherry blossom is coming back in 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
And Paul's gonna piss all over them.
And with sake. Great
sake, that's gonna make you piss all over.
With brand new sake.
Brand new sake. You're gonna have to let this past of yours go away and create a new one. You have to do something better this year. What are you gonna do?
New independent.
You gotta keep surpassing yourself every year, man.
Now, I'm gonna say something real quick. It's almost 4 o'clock, so who wants to drink since we got alcohol? Actually, it's after 4 o'clock. So what do you want? The
genetic fruitcake.
Whatever you got back
the
there.
most powerful picture, I remember the cars being swept away
Start me off with a beer.
as the tsunami came ashore.
You want a tall one or a short one?
Yeah, that was you know,
I'll say dry. Is that fine?
Yeah, that's fine.
You want
that
one
was we've been seeing many
A
times.
huge one too.
Starwolf, my biggest memory of the day, standing in Gotanda and seeing 1,000 people unable to go home. Yes.
Yes. By the way, his name is Jason, and he was stuck in Tokyo during that time.
Hey, Jason! Jason, man, would you wanna, you watching the show? Would you wanna come on Skype? You were with me.
Oh, cheers, man.
No,
come on, Jason. Get on Skype.
Get on the Skype. Damn, not damn.
No.
He meant now.
Jason.
Bye.
Jason.
Cheers.
Oh, I
Holy
don't
crap,
see
this is
Jason.
amazing. I drank the strawberry one.
What's
Amazing.
Jason's?
Really? Alright, I'll
Spring limbo.
save some for me.
There you go.
Was it? I don't care. I don't
So,
nobody knows.
Starwolf. Maggie, the wall of black water coming ashore and the huge ships on the top of the building. Yes, Maggie. Up in Goebo. I remember the best watching stream from NHK as tsunami wave swept across Sendai. Yes, that was the memorable moment.
Yeah.
How about less trusting of utility companies or government?
Oh.
Allison, most powerful pick. Snow covered houses being swept away made bad condition real to me. And
What's that? NHK. Those songs.
Oh, yeah.
That makes me cry.
Oh,
No.
and main media 90
there's a
bird.
thank you video that's been going around for
Lenny Kravitz will be here in Tokyo next month and will donate yen as well.
Fantastic.
Starwolf.
Nice.
The people running from the wall of water, Marburg.
Mm.
Johnny Shumus show also did marching J with collected donating money.
Now, I know that the other night, Friday night, I think,
Johnny,
there
Janice,
was a-
yeah, Janice, yes.
There was a documentary in the United States. My mother was watching it. I don't know what channel it was, but it was kind of late at night. I don't know if any of you guys in the United States watched it, but the documentary was showing a lot of videos that people had posted to YouTube and had filmed inside of Japan. And she said it was a very strong impact on her, and it was she had to stop watching after a while because it was upsetting her so much. I don't know if anybody caught that, but she said it was pretty strong feelings to watch
Yes.
it.
Imagine, yeah. I will never forget that image that they kept showing on TV over and over again of people trapped in a car and they were trying to drive away, and then the water came.
There's a video on YouTube. The first time I watched it, I had to pause it for a second and just turn away because the video showed people running, and there was a man. He had a camera. I guess it was hanging from his neck because when he dropped it at one point, it was just doing this, dangling around, and everybody was climbing up the hill, shouting, "Hurry, hurry, hurry! Gotta get up the hill! Gotta get up the hill!" And they climb up the hill, and the guy pulls his camera up, and he's holding onto a tree, and he looks down, and there are some elderly people, and there's a woman pulling a grandmother along and telling her to hurry, and then just a wall of water comes around the street, and everybody is screaming. People, I don't know what happened to those people that were on the ground, but people were just screaming, and that's all. My head couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah.
I just couldn't imagine being that. It was kind of like watching a suspense movie, but it was real.
It was
and
real,
that
and you knew it was
impacted you more.
happening.
Yes, you knew it was happening. And I saw another one that was very similar. I think somebody was either disabled or they had passed out, and there was a team of people trying to carry them up the hill, and they didn't make it. There were people screaming, "Hurry, hurry, it's coming, it's behind you," and they didn't make it. The water just swallowed them whole.
Yeah.
It's really strong watching these videos, especially on YouTube. They may not show them all on TV, but on YouTube you watch them. They're completely unedited, and it hurts. It hurts to watch that these people could not survive, and there was nothing you could do. And in your head you're screaming, "Move, move, move!" But you know it's not a movie. You can't change it. It happened to them.
But that's the thing. Once you see those videos, it changes something inside of you. Like before, maybe you just thought about yourself, or maybe you're just living your life being happy-go-lucky, but
or thinking your life was terrible. But
but seeing that on TV or on YouTube, and knowing that it's really happening in the same country that you're in, only a couple of 100 kilometers north, it changes
about 6
something.
or 7 hours away.
Yeah.
And also, this is like one of the first. This is very first disaster that the moment was captured on and spread on the social media too.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the first disaster that real big tsunami was caught on the HD
Yeah.
high quality footage.
Yeah.
As it were like movies.
Yes.
And shit, they exist, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god! But then people were able to post. You know, during the '95 disaster, YouTube didn't exist, so people couldn't post the video.
No.
And then, but then, you know, Haiti earthquake. Not so many people had a nice camera in that day. New Zealand quake. They had some people there, but there aren't not so much camera genetic as much as Japanese people.
Yeah. I mean, in Japan, everybody is always prepared to flip their camera out for something, be it food or a monkey walking down the road. So they were quick to whip them out for.
So this is, I think, this was the first natural disaster that we could really study because we really recorded everything on camera.
So many different angles, so many
that
different
we can
cities.
take advantage.
So many different stories.
Yes.
Yes, in so many different situations, you can watch them and talk to yourself. If I'm in this situation, what should I do? What did they do wrong here?
Right.
And what could have been done to get people out faster? And I think one of the biggest things, in my opinion, is I think a lot more people may have survived if they had just listened to the warnings. Nobody was listening to the warnings, and my heart hurt that they thought this wasn't serious enough, and it was horribly serious.
Yeah.
Even if it was a small tsunami that wasn't that deadly, I would still be running for the hills.
Right.
But some people, they either didn't have the mobility to do so, or they just didn't listen. And some children in schools died because of this. And I hope that Japan learns from this. I hate that they have to learn like this, but sometimes it takes a disaster to learn the right, proper thing to do. If there's ever a situation like this ever again, I hope they take the right actions and get everybody out. I remember a story from an old man. He was in a nursing home, and he was one of the few that survived in the nursing home. And he said that they didn't evacuate them, and they didn't have time to evacuate all of them because some of them couldn't move. Some of them needed machines to survive. And he says all he could remember, all he could see, and every day everything he sees is remembering all the people that he knew and saw every day screaming for their lives, sitting in wheelchairs, unable to move, or laying in beds, unable to move, just saying, save me, and all he could do was watch them drown, as he was able, one of the few able to get out because he could move.
Yeah.
And it broke my heart. And yes, Fruitcake, Shades of Katrina with that. Yes, exactly. I remember Katrina like it was yesterday. And there were so many things that were done wrong in that situation. I hope everybody learns from that as well.
Yes. Japitao Nadian, I don't know if he remembers, but Katz helped me find my girlfriend who was lost. Yes, I remember you, Japitao. Starbull said, I'll jump in 7 minutes ago. He hasn't been online. What's going on, Jason? Man? Just a cap, kampai. Tracy said, just finished my margarita. 1 a.m. 1 a.m. here, so I had to quit. LOL.
Hey, 1 a.m. doesn't mean you have to quit.
That's when we got started.
Yeah, that's when I get started too.
90 Bird, the man on the top of the building, seeing water coming from every direction and rising.
Oh, I remember that picture. Yeah.
Sakura, I have been watching since March 11. I remember the tsunami warning going off here on the Oregon coast and crying.
He says his Skype is tripping.
Oh,
Starbull.
okay.
It's tripping balls, man.
Okay, well, then I'll call your phone, Jason. Since you and I are Tadatomo, right?
Give me a virtual hug, Maggie. I'll hug you right now. I'm hugging you.
He's calling.
Hey, Jason.
Beatus, you know Applejack is best, Pony. Don't even ask that question.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I'm still trying to work on my Skype over here. I don't know what's going on.
It's okay. So we're just gonna talk on the iPhone then.
Okay, hang on. Let me mute my feed of you guys so I don't get any weird feedback.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Jason. Everyone, Jason Gatewood on the phone. Jason, would you introduce yourself?
Take the microphone.
Hey everyone. I'm Jason. I actually used to live in Nagoya. And I was once the editor of Rand Magazine.
Yeah, he was. You did our website and all the technical stuff, right?
I did all the web and the technical stuff, and then actually, funny, I moved to Tokyo about a week and a half before the earthquake.
I remember that. Yeah, you were stuck in Tokyo while it happened, right, Jace?
Yeah, I was actually at work, at my desk, working on the company that I was working for. I was working on their new website, and the desk started shaking, and I looked across the desk at my colleague and said, "Hey, we're having another earthquake, just like we did the day before."
Yeah.
And she looked at me and said, "Yeah, well, it's going to be small," and then it got worse, and I said, "I think we need to leave out the building," and before I could say anything else, I was being pulled behind her, and we ran outside into the parking lot, and so everybody's talking about their memory of that day. My memory was standing out in this parking lot, and it was kind of surreal. I felt like I was on a ride, because of course at that point in time, you don't know, what's going on around you. The only thing that you know is what's going on, I guess, maybe 10 feet in front of you. And I remember looking at the 10-story building across the street from us and seeing this look of terror from one of the office workers in the window. And that's when I knew this was serious.
Yeah, I can imagine. How did you feel, like, inside? How did you feel inside at that time when you were standing there?
At that time, again, I just thought, I grew up in Southern California, so it's not like I hadn't been in an earthquake before. The worst earthquake I had been in prior to this one was the Northridge quake. And I thought that was bad. It happened in the middle of the night when I was in high school. And, but I was with my family. So this time around, I was standing out in this parking lot with some, these co-workers that I had only known for about a week or so. And I'm thinking, man, I hope I don't die here. I think that was the thing that was playing back in my mind was, wow, I get all the way to Tokyo and this is how it's going to end.
Yeah.
I mean, that was seriously replaying back and forth in my mind. But
I can imagine that.
We here in the Tokyo area had no idea at that point in time that the earthquake had originated around Tohoku because it was so strong.
Yeah.
Right. At which point during the earthquake did you realize that it wasn't just a small little earthquake?
Well, we had an earthquake at almost the same time the day before, and it was a pre-quake actually.
Yes,
and
it was pre-quake.
Yeah, it was a pre-quake, and I remember the point that I remember thinking, okay, we need to maybe leave was my monitors fell over.
Oh.
Computer.
Wow.
Yeah, my monitors fell over, and I was like, wow, okay, it's time to go. This is really strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Genetic Fruitcake says, I remember that Northridge quake, 1995, exactly. And if you know anything about the Northridge quake, Katz remembers the Kobe quake, the Great Hansen quake.
Yeah.
I remember that too because that happened in 1994 if I recall correctly, and I remember watching it on TV, and of course
Kobe is 95 too.
That was in 95?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in January maybe.
Yes,
right.
That was.
Okay. And then our quake happened right after that.
Yeah.
So, it was just a series of earthquakes. At this point, I'm standing in the parking lot thinking about every other earthquake that happened since. That happened prior to that. Like, wow, okay. I was thinking about the Haiti earthquake in particular.
Yeah.
We actually know people that were, had been touched by that.
Wow.
So, it's a never-ending cycle. I mean, this planet that we live on is a living, breathing thing,
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So what did you do today last year?
Last year, so last year after the earthquake, I was stuck in Gotanda. I walked over to Gotanda Station with some colleagues, and that was where I remember in front of Gotanda Station it's a huge station plaza. There's like a bus rotary, and if you know anything about the Tokyo area, it's on the Yamanote line, which is the circle line that goes around Tokyo. And I remember crossing over one of the pedestrian bridges and seeing like literally 1,000 people looking at the sign that tells you, you know, what time the trains are supposed to be coming, and the sign was blank. And there were JR people, Japan Rail people, standing outside telling people they don't know when the train is going to restart.
I remember seeing that
So
on the news.
that was one thing, and then having to run back to the office and tell everyone, like, the trains aren't running and we don't know when they're going to restart. And some people live very, very far away.
Yeah.
They walked
Oh,
home
yeah.
to
I remember last year, I think I was talking to you on Skype or over the phone, but we were all trying to get you to come back to Nagoya, and you said, I remember you saying, like, dude, I can't. You can't get out of Tokyo at that point.
Can't get out of Tokyo. They shut down everything. They shut down, you know, I've got a car, so it would have been easy for me to just jump on the Tomei Expressway and come back to Nagoya, but they shut down the expressway.
Yeah.
So you couldn't, they shut it down because they wanted to make it clear for emergency vehicles to get in and out of Tokyo.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So no one could really go anywhere. And, you know, it's funny because, you know, we talk on Skype.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't get on right now. I can't get on. I don't know why. But we talked on Skype. I was able to talk to people back in the U.S. on my iPhone through Skype before I could get a hold of anybody on the cell phone network here in Japan.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I want everybody to, like, you know, kind of let that sit for a minute and think about, like, all this technology that we use today and, you know, how strong the internet was at that time. You know, the regular cell phone network was down, but the wireless internet network was still resilient enough to be used.
Yes.
Yes.
So, I mean, you know, kudos to the people that operate the cell phone networks, by the way, that day. Those are kind of like one of the unsung heroes of 3/11 in my mind, because I was able to talk to my mom and dad and everybody and let them know I was okay immediately.
Yes.
From that parking lot, I got on Skype and I told and on Facebook, and I said, hey, look, you guys haven't woken up yet in the United States, but there's this huge earthquake that just happened. I want everybody to know that I am safe.
Yes.
No.
So Facebook just tested a nationwide, Japan nationwide disaster message board system, which
I was one of the first few to test that out.
Yeah,
my
yes.
friend.
Right.
So the Twitter, Facebook,
But they'll
and
have it around the world
then
as well.
Mixit, whatever the social networking site that you use, a Google Persons Finder too. So try to coordinate with your friend.
The one for Facebook is very interesting because you can not only can you mark yourself as safe, you can mark everybody on your page as safe.
Yeah. So you can confirm.
You can even comment something in it, and it'll go straight to one of their statuses.
Yes.
So that was awesome stuff that Facebook
I think
did.
it's their most recent status that they updated to. It will actually let you comment on that this person is safe, they're here, they're in this city, they're with me, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I really like that.
I didn't know what was happening, so like all of a sudden I get this thing in my inbox saying one of your friends has marked you safe.
Yeah, I got the same thing, and I was like, what is this?
I think only the Japanese people can see it.
No, only people in Japan.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I mean. Sorry, only people in Japan can see it.
And it was one of those days where I was busy at work here, and I didn't log on to Facebook until after my work day had ended, and I'm like, mark me safe. What is this? And the person that marked me safe.
You're a safe person to be around, Jason.
So I'm like, how do you know I'm safe?
Yeah, that's also then, you know, might be the problem of the safety check too. But anyway, so Jason, what was your year? How has it been? The year.
I can talk a little bit about that. Initially it was rocky because the company that I was working for, the whole reason I moved up here to Tokyo was to work at this company, and it was a foreign-owned company. And immediately, the person that hired me, I have not seen him in person since 3/11.
Really?
They immediately packed up everything and got on a plane somewhere and left the country. And effectively left me and a group of people kind of unemployed. So I didn't, you know, I was kind of like Paul over there. I didn't have a job.
Wow.
Really? Huh.
I had no idea.
I didn't have a job for, you know, I had a contract that they were obliged to pay.
Yeah.
But I was effectively without a job for a month. And it was through volunteering, actually, for Tohoku that I was able to get the job that I have now.
Cool. So your life has changed because you volunteered your time and you found a way to contribute.
Yeah, I was working with a group of people that were trying to, you know, collect supplies, and you know, I have a driver's license here, so you know, they needed some volunteers that wanted to, you know, that were able to take some time and drive, you know, a van with supplies up to like northern Ibaraki. And so I volunteered, and it just so happens that one of the guys that was doing the same thing, the Japanese guy, who actually, he's a little bit older than me. He's maybe 10 years older than me. He went to graduate school at the same university that I graduated from in the States. And, you know, and he works at the university I work at now. So he told me that there was an opening, and I applied for the job, and I got it.
Congratulations.
Cool. Good for you. Good for you. So Earthquake lost your job, but Earthquake got you a new job too. Then.
Oh yeah, exactly.
At least there was an upside to that.
You know, and that's one thing that I want to stress to everyone. I mean, we had this huge disaster, and a lot of bad things have happened from it. But I think a lot of good things have come from it too. Out of the disaster, you know, you can rebuild and you can move on. You know, and I want to stress that to everybody out there that might be listening from, you know, maybe the affected region or whatever. You know, I understand exactly, you know, to a point anyway, what's going on and everything. But I believe in time, like everything else, you know, we can move forward and we can rebuild. You know.
Yes. So Jason, we have to start wrapping up quick, but two more questions.
Sure.
So, about the Fukushima nuclear power plant disaster and then radiation threat. There are people who even think that Tokyo might be dangerous. There are many parents who are concerning about a radiation fear. What is your reaction to that in Tokyo?
And my question would be, has your radiant personality become more radiant since then?
My personality, I was on TV up here too. I guess so. But why was I on TV? I don't even know. But that's another story. I'll talk about that at another time. But the radiation thing, I'll put it to you this way: if I had children here, if I had a wife and I had kids, it would be a great concern of mine. Of course, radiation is something that you can't sense. You know, these are like tiny little particles, and even no, unless you're really close to it, there's no immediate, reaction to it. So it's only something that can happen in time. So if I had somebody else or some other people or family to think about, then I probably would have moved back to Nagoya, actually. Just to be on the safe side. That was my initial reaction. However, I don't feel that it's anything to really be concerned about immediately here in the Tokyo area anyway. What I am concerned about, though, is, the things that, like the food chain, for example. Are we eating irradiated vegetables and meats?
Yeah.
One thing that's been going on here is the school boards here, the companies that make the lunches for the school here, they always publish a very detailed description of where the food is coming from. And a lot of restaurants here in Tokyo have started doing that.
Wow.
A lot of grocery stores will tell you where the vegetables that are in the bins have been grown. And, like, for example, the local vegetable market up the street from me, they give you a choice. You can either get cabbage that was grown in Ibaraki, or you can get cabbage that was grown in somewhere in Aichi, like in Shikoku somewhere, for a higher price. So I think a lot of people are really, on some level, very concerned about that.
Actually, a lot of the food in my area comes from Kumano, so I'm a little happy for that. But
Kumano Mie, Japan. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, got it. Yeah, so if you have a family or kids, then you would have leave Tokyo.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had a family or a kid, at least initially, I would have probably have tried to figure out a way to get them to safety, because you don't know. And, being the skeptical American that I am, I don't necessarily trust, the media, and I don't necessarily trust these big corporations that, disseminate the news. I saw in the social stream over there, somebody was talking about Katrina. When Katrina happened, I was living in the States. I lived in Atlanta, and I have family in New Orleans. And what was on TV that day when the levees broke was not what I was hearing from my family. My family, of course, was saying, well, this other part of town has, got flooded, but we need to leave because what they're not telling you on television is that that part of town is also where the city's water supply is coming from, and they're not telling you on the news that the water treatment plant also got flooded.
Right.
So just knowing that part of it, it's like, well, I understand that you have 10% of Japan's population lives very, in the Tokyo metro area. You can't get that many people, in a panic.
Yeah.
On the other hand, there's a self-preservation thing that kicks in, and it's like, I'm gonna go try to be safe. But again, if I had a family, it would have been a little bit more imperative that I get them to safety. However, it's just me. I felt safe enough to do what I needed to do here and make sure that I was drinking bottled water, of course, and had an earthquake safety kit in case one of the aftershocks was really bad and that sort of thing. But as far as the radiation is concerned, I don't think it's that big a concern now, especially like it was on that day.
Everyone, this is Katz from YokosoNews, YokosoNews.com. YokosoNews is the online website to introduce Japanese culture in English so that you can understand Japan more. We are live from Komaki, Japan and Tokyo, Japan on the phone. The Jason Gatewood former website designer of the RAM magazine, which Achim is working for still right now, who's sitting next to me, and with Sarah from YokosoNews, who's in pink, and Mr. Secret Ninja Paul, who's no longer secret, the Japanese guy who he's my friend from LA. That's the reason why I got to know him. And today is March 11th, 2012. We are doing the Memorial Livecast to talk about what has happened, what's happening, like looking back the year, the moment of silence, and Photohoku project, introducing Brian and Yuko for their great project. And now we are on the phone with Jason Gatewood from Tokyo, who were on Skype, who came on Skype on the very first night of the March 11th. It was around like this time last year, Jason.
Yeah, it was about this time. I got on Skype because, again, the power never did go out in central Tokyo for us at that office. Some people had some power outages immediately, but we had power, we had our internet, and in addition to being on YokosoNews, I was actually lucky enough to be on CNN and a couple of other CBS back home via Skype. So, and let everybody know, the condition that was going on in Tokyo. So what are people doing around here right now? Today was a somber day. I walked around my neighborhood, and in my part of actually I live in Yokohama.
Okay.
I live in Yokohama, and I live kind of between Yokohama and like central Yokohama, in between central Tokyo. So kind of a suburban area, but out in front of the train station by my house, there's a big university. And at the university, they had a memorial service. So I went over to kind of take a look at that and see them set up for that. So everybody's kind of marking the occasion. But strangely enough, here's the strange part. No one really is talking about it. No one is really saying, I think, I don't want to say that maybe is a Japanese thing or not, because I really don't know. But in America, of course, when we have these disasters, or when there was 9/11, for example, everybody talked about it. But when there was Hurricane Katrina, it's all, you could be on the other side of the country, but you go into a Starbucks or you go into, any kind of a restaurant, people were talking about it. I went to the Starbucks here in my neighborhood, and no one was really talking about it.
Yeah, so, that's kind of a national trend of Japanese people. I think that people actually, especially today, in a way, people talk between close friends, but people don't really talk about this because they think it's too sensitive. To talk to others, so they just don't want to talk to the stranger about it. But they do talk with the family member. I talk to my family. I talk to my fiance.
Your what?
Your fiance.
You talk to who? What now?
Katz is engaged, everybody.
Oh my God! Kiba-chan, hello, Katz. It's 1 year that I follow YokosoNews. Greeting from Tokyo. Kiba-chan is in Tokyo. Oh, okay, cool. All right. Anyway, did you guys hear something?
Katz is gonna get married.
Congratulations.
What?
Exactly what? Yeah.
Let's do a live stream for Katz's wedding too.
Absolutely.
Well,
you know what we have
well,
to.
I mean, 2 days ago, Thursday. No, 3 days ago. Thursday was 3 days ago. Thursday was her birthday, so I gave her.
Oh yeah.
A ring.
An engagement ring.
Yeah. Here's to Katz. Here's to Katz.
Mazel tov.
Yeah, hold on. I got a chew high right here.
Well, I'm driving, so I can't drink. But so Jason,
Drinking a chew high too, Jason.
what's your plan for the future? I mean, what's after this? What have you learned, and what you going to live with it?
Oh man, for me, it put me at a crossroads, to be honest with you. I really, I had a whole lot of discussions with my mom was traumatized. Let me get that out right now.
Yeah.
You can never, no matter how old you get, you're still your mother's child, and I learned that immediately.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I had some discussions with, my family and everything, and after they figured I was safe or whatever, I went back home and I did some hard thinking, and, I feel very lucky to have survived this disaster, along with a lot of other people here in Tokyo, but at the same time, my heart goes out to those that have lost something or someone in it here. And, for me at the time, and even still, it's like I felt like if I left Japan, I'd be abandoning, them and my dream to be here. Ever since I was in high school, I wanted to live here in Japan. I wanted to just be here, I used to tell my siblings, like, I don't care if I'm a janitor. I'll clean toilets, because I really just wanted to be here. And so for me, Japan is my home, and it's become my home. So my future kind of lies with this place, I guess. I want to be here. I want to see those places. I had never been to Tohoku before the earthquake, and I feel really bad because I don't know what they looked like before the tsunami. And so I want to be here long enough to see them rebuild those places so that I can visit them and see what they were like before the tsunami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. My immediate future is I need to plan, next semester's classes for my students and take a short vacation. But my long-term future is just that, just to continue trying to be here in Japan and hopefully end up like Katz and get engaged.
Somebody said that I need a site to get you ready.
Yep, that would certainly be something.
He didn't meet her on the site, everybody, because of the site, everybody.
Well, anyway.
That's so
He's
messed
married to
up.
Curry. I like that. Married to Curry.
Yes,
Married
I
to
am
Curry.
married.
He's already married to Curry.
Yes, I am.
No, it's an actual woman this time, everybody. A woman. And Sakura, they are mikan, grown in 2 different places.
Oranges. But
This was grown
so-
in Kumano.
all right, so we've been doing it for like, I thought we were just gonna do 2-year program. It's already went into almost 3 hours program.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we should cut it now.
It's a 2-year program.
Yes.
For a long time.
No, because I'm planning to do it for 2 years. Like next year too. I mean, this I really want to continue this project for 2 years, but we'll see. We'll see. So,
Katz, next year, are you thinking about doing something in Tohoku?
well, I mean, I want to do earlier than that, but we'll see. We'll see. I kind of wanna. I'm then. So at the last moment.
Contest. We have to win the next
I know. I think
Gotta do a
I'm
better
going to
job.
start wrapping up the broadcast,
Yeah,
and I'm
second
getting
place.
tired of holding my iPhone close to my mic, Jason. So I think it's okay. It's okay.
It's Skype's fault. Blame them.
It's okay.
everyone is Skyping on the anniversary and I can't get through.
I think so. I think so. But thank you very much, Jason. And then you were the first. I think you were the first guest.
Yeah, I think I was.
Yeah, yeah. You were the first guest on Skype on the March 11th, and it was great to be a last guest on Skype. On the first anniversary of the YokosoNews 311 disaster update, everyone. So on the phone, everyone, Jason Gatewood, live from Tokyo, Yokohama, Japan, who happened to be in Tokyo on the day of the March 11, who had given me the great report, inside report of what was happening in Tokyo. Thank you very much, Jason.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you. Bye now.
Bye. Is her name Cootie?
Okay, Maggie, now I know your life has changed this year.
He finally answered.
He met a very special lady who whips him with a bullwhip.
All right.
Is there some information that? Never mind.
It's the imaginary
so
one.
Everyone, let's talk about the year though. Yeah. My year. So after the March 11th, month-long live cast every day, I lost a couple sponsor of YokosoNews, and I had to struggle financially for this year. But I'm still here. I was able to buy this kimono, so I kind of did meet someone that you all met.
Yes.
I think you met. Yeah, you met her. You met her.
I see her all the time. What do you mean you met her? Every time I see her, she's usually with you, so I'm shocked she wasn't here today.
She had to work.
I miss you.
She's on my own Skype, so she
I
might
have
be
to protect her from him.
Yeah, so this year is unfortunate. I don't know if it's gonna turn out to be fortunate or unfortunate. This year I will have to make a decision on YokosoNews' future.
Yes.
Yes. So we'll talk about a little bit more after this. After our live cast end, so that I can talk to my gang about it. But so this year was great. It's year has been tough, but great because I was able to meet lots of people. I had lots of encounter, I was able to meet you on the live cast. That I was able to see how many people are thinking of us.
Thank you for thinking of
yes,
us.
so
even after a year, thank you for thinking about all of us.
Yeah.
I mean, not YokosoNews, but Japan.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we and I really want to go up to the north too. So I need to, and I also want to help like Photohoku project that Brian and Yuko who just been on the show, and not only these project is going to help people in Tohoku, but if we are able to share this knowledge to the world, it will definitely help people who might be suffering from the future natural disaster all over the world too. And then I want to have fun. I want to have then at the same time I wanna share how fun it's going to be. Although sometimes it's painful, sometimes it's tough, but that's how we learn the life from it, right? So but first of all,
life will always have ups and downs.
Yes.
And if it doesn't have any downs, then how can you appreciate the ups?
Yes. So I just wanted to thank Paul for spending many hours of your time helping people. People and help. Thank you for Sarah, who has been sticking with me for first week, and then
since about maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks before everything happened. The first show we did is when I met you.
Yeah.
We were doing about international couples with
Oh yeah. International marriage.
Naoko, I think her name is.
yeah.
Naoko. We did a show with her, and we're still friends on Facebook, so I still contact her occasionally.
Yeah.
That was the first time we did, and maybe a week or two after everything happened, and everything changed.
So
news changed.
Yep. How about you, Achim?
How about me?
Yeah. I mean, thank you for. I just wanted to.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, hey, Jason's gonna be in Nagoya in a few weeks. Beers, anyone? Of course.
Hey, of course.
Jason,
of
man.
course.
Man, you got my number, buddy.
Of course. Okay. Sorry. Thank you, Achim, for you were always my support, and then you take awesome picture. You take awesome curry picture, and thank you very much. And then we will stick together forever and ever.
I'm not his fiance, by the way.
Well, we could go to San Fran for
we
that.
can write a fan fiction about it, though.
So what's next?
For us?
Yeah, no. I mean, next Yokoso News.
What's next?
Yeah, March 15th.
March 15th.
Honen Matsuri.
Oh my god!
We are going to go to Tagata Jinja for the Penis Festival.
Oh my god! No, don't say it! Don't say it! Oh my god! So we will have fun on the Yokoso News for. I think I have 2 more scheduled report. One is the Honensai, HONENSAI.
I think it's HOU.
HOU, yeah. If you search it on Google, you see some stunning picture, which
all you have to do is Google Komaki Penis Festival. I swear.
Oh my god!
I'm serious. That's what I did.
Oh my god! I think I have Maggie. I think Maggie might be watching with kids.
Oh well, sorry.
She meant fertility festival.
Fertility festival, but they don't call it that. That's for sure.
Yeah, but anyway, I don't think I'll be able to live.
Sakura.
I want to have a live cast for that. I think it's gonna be too many people.
Yeah.
So I think
it's crazy. It's crazy.
We will have some picture uploaded. I think Sarah is going to take a really nice picture of DICK from iPhone. And upload it onto the Facebook, Yokoso News Facebook, right?
If you wish.
Oh my god.
There's usually an old dude there. He's quite I don't know, excited. He's in the parade and he carries a smaller wooden one, and he puts it in your face, and when you touch it, he goes, "Ooh, kimochi." And I kind of get freaked out by him, but he's a fun little old dude. He's funny.
And the girl priest is going to hold that too, right?
They carry them around. Yes,
hold that.
And then there's a very large one that they wash away around the place.
Oh my god.
But the festival.
Oh, Maggie, it's okay. All kids are sleeping. It's almost 4 a.m. there. Okay, good.
I hope she has a wide-angle lens for that.
Oh my god.
Well, to be honest, I mean, it's not really a joke to the people in this area, and the majority of the people that come are women and elderly people.
Yes.
And it's a fertility festival, and it helps you conceive children, and it helps men to keep their vitality. And
you need that too.
Yes, I do need that. and there's a lot of interesting snacks there. They're very keenile in nature.
Is that candy?
Candy and bananas, cucumbers, and they are all carved in the shape of such an item. So around the train station, you can get lollipops. And at the festival, at the shrine, there are a lot of banana stands. So the majority of the food that you'll get to eat is bananas, and they are very carved, very nicely. And some of them even have little marshmallow dangly things, diggly danglies. And those are the best part.
Still 5 p.m. Still 5 p.m. Japan Standard Time, but it's good. Small.
Yes, it's late for them.
Some Europe it's in the morning, but all right anyway.
But yes, Jason, it is a good festival to be proud of, because not only does it stand for something important to the people around there, it's also really a lot of foreigners come there to experience it. While some of them, act a little out of hand because everybody's drunk by 4 o'clock there by the time it ends.
They start early.
Yes, and during their parade, they give you free sake, little cups of free sake. So some of the people in the parade are actually absolutely off their rocker drunk.
Yeah.
And they'll be coming up to you, want some sake, and they'll spill it all over you. So you have to be watched out for that. I think my favorite part of this festival, though, is a bunch of old guys. The last time I went, they're all sitting around circles just talking to each other. And they'll invite you, oh, come sit with us and we'll all talk. Where are you from? And I'm like, I'm from the United States. And they're like, oh, can you speak Japanese? Only just a little. And they get into it. They're all drunk and they got a beer in their hand. They're red in the face. But everybody's nice. Everybody's friendly. But there is part of the festival.
It's very disconcerting.
Yes, it is.
To see the kid eating those trees.
Yes, it is. I have a picture I took. A lot of my family members were cracked up about this picture. I have a photograph I took of a small child. She was maybe 2 years old. The mother's holding her out so she can touch the tip of the wooden penis. And I was a little disturbed by this, but I took a picture anyway. And I was disturbed by the amount of young little girls walking around with bananas in their mouth. But the best part of the young college students that come, the people in the parade are drunk, so sometimes they'll hand you the wooden penises to pose with, and all the college guys will put it on their crotches. And these are Japanese; they're not even foreigners. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So people have had enough alcohol to get really friendly and fun. And
Yes.
but you have to watch out for some of the violent ones because one time, one guy came and smacked a priest in the face. He was out. He was out asking for. He was chanting and asking for charity, and somebody came and smacked him in the face. And you think when you think of priests, you think they will take anything because of what Buddha or whoever they worship teaches them to be peaceful. This priest grabbed that man and started beating the crap out of him. So do not hit the priests when you're drunk because they will beat you up.
It's called karma.
Yes, it is called karma. And but there's the ending of the festival. They throw mochi for you, which is a glutinous rice cake, but it's hard. It's dried and it's hard like a river rock, and they have baseball players throwing them at you.
Yes.
This part of the festival should not have old people, weak people, people with problems, or children attending it, but people still do it anyway because when it hits you, it hurts and it leaves a giant bruise, and I know this from experience. I caught 2.
Yes.
I gave one to an old lady because she was crying because she didn't get one. She got hit. So I gave her one. So,
Cool.
but it's the ending. That's pretty much the end of the festival when they start throwing rocks at you, and it's really fun. It's really fun to get thrown rock hard mochi at you. I like that. Pass the hard hats, yes, because I did get hit in the head and it hurt so much.
All right.
Only in
Then
Japan.
next, so we won't be really doing the live cast on that one on March 15th.
But you'll see plenty of pictures.
Yes,
there will be.
And
We
we'll
will
talk
be
about
uploading the picture on the Facebook, and then we will be the live cast. Are you coming, Paul?
You gonna come with us? It's on the 15th though. It's a weekday. You might have to work.
No. I'm talking about the cherry blossom. Hanami.
Which day?
I don't know. We haven't.
A weekend, most
Weekends, March 31st or March 7th
likely. Depends
or
on when they
March.
bloom.
Yeah.
If I don't have to carry the mic.
It's okay. You have
okay?
to.
You have to.
You have to get
It's your
yourself a
trademark,
legacy. New legacy. You have to get rid of the pee and bring
Okay.
something else on.
Yeah, okay, I'll be there.
Don't go to poop though. No poop. I don't want to see that. That's not a step forward. That's a step back.
So next live cast will be live probably the end of the March or first weekend of April or second weekend of April. It really depends on when cherry blossom is blooming.
Yes.
But I have secured a very special location.
Really?
The garden of sake breweries.
All right.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. Then we
Pass it on.
can and the sake the brewers said that he is going to give us really good sake.
Awesome.
free?
Fantastic.
Maybe, but
Maybe.
but we
Everybody,
should
you
pay.
get to witness the special festival of Japanese getting drunk in public during the day. And it's wonderful, I promise you.
Yeah. So that's our next live cast plan for the next Yokoso News livecast, everyone. So it is 5 o'clock. Your aunt...
I have to go. My mother-in-law, she's coming soon, and I have to go pick up my friend.
5:30? 5:30?
Yeah, she'll be here at 5:30. So you have 30
so
minutes.
we have to clean up this shit.
My friend from America is coming to visit me. And
all right, so we go
Nice.
have fun after this. So thank you very much for watching
Thank
this
you.
livecast.
Thank you.
Secret Ninja Paul,
Ninja Paul.
Sarah, Achim, and this is Katz from Yokoso News, YokosoNews.com. Yokoso News is the online website to introduce Japanese culture in English. Please don't forget to like us on Yokoso News on Facebook, or please don't forget to follow us at Yokoso News on Twitter. And we are bringing the fun stuff, but sometimes we talk about serious stuff as well. So thank you very much for tuning in. The first anniversary of March 11 disaster. I will need to bring you the different feeling of the March 11. It's kind of not like journalist level, but regular.
Jason said he plans to be in Nagoya for that live cast.
All right.
The Cherry Blossom live cast, because if so, we would love to see you and get drunk with you.
Yes. It's in Yokkaichi, by the way.
Oh yeah, well, still Yokkaichi's not that far.
Sakura-u, Joanne, T-An, Kiba-chan, Samis,
See you, everyone.
Superfly, Genetic Fruitcake, Nani Bird, Upwingo Able, Sakura-u's Eyes, Just a Cat, and then who else I didn't mention?
Everybody, we love you.
Maggie. And Annette, thank you. Zen, thank you very much for watching the live cast, and I will see you next, and I will continue my live cast for the disaster. Alright, thank you. Bye bye.